It is the Scholar Athlete of the Month, proudly presented by Fisher Companies here on Sports Radio 100.9, The Mitt. This month's recipient is Braden Schwartzkampf from Calvary Baptist Academy. With a 3.7 GPA, Braden is a two-sport athlete playing basketball and soccer. He owns a lawn business. He's in the choir, mock election, and wants to be a teacher for his career. Braden gained experience with Teachers for Tomorrow.
I started to teach math and tutor kids in that class who were struggling. And then for grammar, I just went around doing spell checks, and I think I taught the class 4 or 5 times. I really enjoyed being able to help the kids out and just impact their life in a way. It was a really cool experience.
Next fall, Braden will continue his academic and athletic career studying and playing basketball at Spring Harbor College. To hear the full interview and nominate a local athlete for our scholarship program, visit 1009themitt.com.
Detours driving you bonkers? Ideal Party Store's got your back with a Detour discount. While the Lafayette Bridge is closed, enjoy 10% off select craft beer 6-packs and 10% off 4 bottles of select wine, 750 milliliters or more, with 2 great locations, 908 North Johnson on the east side and 401 Salzburg on the west side. Ideal Party Store makes every detour worth it. Serving Bay City since 1934, we're here to make you the life of the party.
Into the end zone.
The Michigan State Spartans.
Touchdown, MSU.
Heard right here on the Great Lakes Bay region's home for sports.
The Spartans round out their season. MSU and Maryland match up at Ford Field on Saturday night. Coverage starts at 5:30, presented by Weiss Equipment.
Don't miss a moment of Spartans football on Sports Radio 100.9.
Let's give them what they want.
Do it!
100.9 The Mitt.
Local sports don't stop when the game ends, and neither do we. 100.9 The Mitt is your digital home for the latest news across the state of Michigan. From high school to college and the pros, it's all on our socials. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Just search 100.9 The Mitt and join the squad. Stay locked in on the latest stats and stories with exclusive video takes from local talent. Sports Radio 100.9 The Mitt.
If you served, we want you to get the health care and benefits you earned. We want you to come to VA.
There's never been a better time to apply. Under a new law called the PACT Act, we've expanded VA care and benefits to millions of people who served and their survivors.
No matter where you served or how long you served, check out va.gov/PACT to learn more about what VA can do for you and your family.
Come to VA.
From the Blazy Electric Studios, this is Sports Radio 100.9 The Mitt. WLUN, Pinconning, Bay City, Saginaw, Midland. Michigan sports aren't just a game, they're a way of life. And now we've got a show dedicated to die-hard sports fans like you. Hosted by a guy who's borderline obsessed with the wins and losses of all your favorite teams.
He's crazy.
Every weekday morning from 9 to noon, Ben Bosscher brings you the talk that matters. The teams, the stories, and the players you care about most. This is the Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair.
Remember that.
Hello. Good morning, everybody. Welcome in to the Ben Bosscher Show, live here on a Monday. Whether you want to admit it or not, it is, in fact, Victory Monday here on 100.9 The Mitt. We're live on YouTube. Hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. Look, let's get one thing out of the way, Kyle. A win is a win is a win is a win in this league. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't sexy. But the Lions pick up a win when they needed to. They dominate the fourth quarter. Ugly first 3 quarters. And now they're in a position to where if they win this game on Thursday, all is forgiven for what happened yesterday. I told our audience and I told you on Friday, I don't care how they win this game against the Giants. I took the 10.5 in the spread picks, but I told you guys, hey, if this is an ugly win, if they win on a last-second field goal, I won't be mad at this team. because here's what we could do. We could sit here and talk about how, hey, Giants going for 6.8 yards per play, worst of the season. What the hell happened to this defense? All of a sudden, they can't stop the run. Jameis Winston tears us apart. We could do that and hit the panic button for 3 hours, but that would be pointless with the Packers on the clock for this Thursday game. And I don't want to start doing preview radio yet. I don't want to just completely ignore everything that happened in yesterday's game, but how much stock are you putting into the Lions making things a lot closer than it needed to be yesterday? Because I think this is a classic case of you looked ahead on the schedule. Even in Dan Campbell's post-game speech, they're already talking about we don't have time. We got to get ready for Green Bay. We've got 3 days. I think this is a classic example of you overlooked your opponent. It's very uncharacteristic of Dan Campbell. The offense looks awesome, so there's not. I mean, they had their handful of 3-and-outs. Let's not make it sound like the offense was perfect, but I mean, Jahmyr Gibbs is like a blur. That guy's looking like one of the rare players that you can say in the first few years. They're like, well, if he keeps this up, he's probably going to the Hall of Fame. We'll jump into the Gibbs stuff. We'll jump into some of Dan Campbell's decision-making, but your headline for the game would be go.
Ooh, Giants blow another lead in the fourth quarter? I mean, that would be the first thing I think of. Obviously, flipping it on the side of the Lions, though, like, I actually feel surprisingly good. It was nice that the Lions achieved a come-from-behind win, right? I mean, that's something that this had been
it's a good way to look at it.
Staple of this team for a long time. And obviously, against the Giants, maybe that's not the team you want to do it against. You'd love for them to just handle them like we talked about, had them in spread picks to win by multiple scores. But as you mentioned last week, like, what really matters is the game on Thursday. So all you got to do is get by New York. They obviously shocked you a little bit, played a lot better than they expected to. We'd been concerned with the offense for Detroit. It was a defense that was for sure more concerning this time around. The Giants were just making unbelievable plays. I mean, Jameis Winston was just throwing it up to these receivers one-on-one, and they were making these guys you never heard of. Isaiah Hodgins making crazy plays. Theo Johnson, like all these random guys just making crazy catches. Obviously, Gunnar Olszewski has the pass to Jameis Winston for a touchdown. Like, what is going on in this game? It was a weird one for sure, but personally for me, I thought it was nice that the Lions achieved a come-from-behind win because we hadn't seen that in quite some time, and that was a major characteristic of the Lions the last several years under Dan Campbell. So I felt good that they were actually able to do that. If they weren't able to do that and it fell short and Jake Bates doesn't hit the 59-yard field goal.
Oh, Master Bates.
Right. Then we're feeling very differently, for sure. And I still think I can't sit here and be like, oh, there's no red flags, there's no concerns because it's all on to Green Bay. I think it is all on to Green Bay, but we can still look at this game and be like, man, what is going on with this team? I still think that's fair.
But here's the thing. And again, I don't want to just start previewing the Green Bay game because there's a lot to unpack from yesterday. But if they win the game against Green Bay, this game against the Giants is only going to be viewed as a win. Like all the concerns, all the defensive stuff, the offense going 3-and-out so many times, all that stuff gets completely forgotten about if they win this game on Thursday. And if they lose the game on Thursday, okay, maybe those were early signs that this was coming and this was a fraudulent team. I don't know about you, but most of the group chats, the Lions group chats I was in, that word was being thrown around a lot in the first half.
Absolutely.
Like, what is going
Season's
on? Do
over.
we stink? Yeah, Jameis Winston now leads the NFL in passing yards per game. It was a very frustrating first half, to say the least, because you kept giving up these enormous plays, whether it was the trick plays or the running back just being uncovered. It felt like there was a bunch of defensive mishaps. Even on that trick play, it felt like the Lions completely got taken advantage of because you can see Thomas Harper on the sideline like, Coach, you're the one that tells us to play the run first. Like, we always prioritize stopping the run, so that leaves a wide receiver wide open down the field. There was a good amount to be frustrated at yesterday. But they end up picking up the win. Did you ever, at any point in this game, like truly believe, oh my God, they're going to lose this game? Because for me, that moment happened after Amon-Ra had his second drop of the game, goes right off of his hands, and the Giants intercept it. That was the first time I was like, oh my God, like they're going to lose this game. And I never feel like that during Lions games. I always feel like no matter how they start, they're going to be able to pull it off. I didn't think they were going to lose that Minnesota game until the very, very end. Even the game a couple weeks back where they looked awful throughout the entire course of the game. Who they played 2 weeks ago before the Commander? Or What game am I thinking
The Vikings you're probably thinking of?
Yeah, where they just looked miserable for 2 weeks. Like, I thought they were going to win that game right until the end. Yesterday, I actually had a thought into my head that was like, wow, they're going to lose this game somehow. And it didn't make any sense to me.
I thought they were going to lose the game when they were down by 10. And I, like you said, I'm kind of with you the whole way. Like I've never really felt like, oh, the Lions, they're just totally screwed. But after the Jameis Winston touchdown, where he caught one and scored on it, and they were down by 10, I know there was still plenty of time left. It was early fourth quarter, but I was still just like, this combination of offense and defense coming together at the same time seems impossible right now for the Lions, right? It just feels like it is such a difficult task. And then, obviously, that feeling lasted for, what, a minute and a half during the commercial break, because Jahmyr Gibbs that drive took 3 plays and Gibbs has the humongous touchdown. So I felt that they maybe had a slight chance to lose then. And then the other time that I felt like they had a chance to lose was actually on the final drive when Bates had to kick the 59-yard field goal.
Oh my God!
I felt because
how did that sneak its way left to the right, up right?
And even just before he was kicking it, I was like, man, this drive is just. Are we really going to settle for a 60-yarder right now? Like, I love Jake Bates, but, man, this just seems like it feels like we're not being aggressive enough to actually use the clock right and get a better spot for Bates to hit this field goal. And then you said just a wobbly kick. It was a random one. It sneaks its way in, but that was when I felt the worst as well.
Master Bates 5 for 5 on game-winning field goals or game-tying field goals for the Detroit Lions.
I don't want to say it was never a doubt, though.
No, and here's the thing, too. On the drive before where the Giants end up, the drive ends with the Giants going forward on 4th down and the Lions have to go the entire length of the field once they turn them over. How many third downs did they convert on? Or there was a penalty on the 3rd down where the Lions just kept...
Third and 17
they
from
couldn't
their
get
own
off
10
the field.
Or whatever. Yeah, I mean, it was just... Oh, man, it was brutal.
There was a few moments there, too, where I was like, oh, my God. Like, if the Giants are going to score a touchdown here. And the Lions defense comes through, gets the clutch stop. Again, it was not perfect. Hutchinson, kind of seals the game in overtime. But the game ball, I know Jake Bates hits the game-tying field goal, saves the game. Hutchinson ices the game with the sack after being quiet for the most part. Really, the entire defensive front being quiet in both the run and the pass department. But, I mean, what we saw from Jahmyr Gibbs yesterday, 219 yards on the ground. He scores another hat trick. He now has... tied for the second most touchdowns in NFL history before turning 24 years old. He's 23. I'm 23. It makes me it makes me feel like I'm wasting my life away. I don't know.
Also caught 11 passes,
career high,
just casually.
We floated this around a lot. You and I talked about this preseason. Is this a guy who can win Offensive Player of the Year? The fact that we've talked about this offensive line struggling as much as they have this season. And Gibbs is still able to pull up performances like that, where now he holds the second, third, and fourth fastest speeds in the NFL this season. He's got 3 yards of 40-plus runs yesterday. I feel like blessed to be able to watch this guy every Sunday. He's reaching that status to where he's 23 years old, and I'm sitting here like, oh, yeah, this guy, as long as he stays healthy, is going to the Hall of Fame. And that is such a rare territory to be in, and I don't throw that around lightly because I think players do that, fans do that with their teams all the time. Like, I wouldn't even throw Amon-Ra into that. He's put together a hell of a career. I wouldn't put him in Hall of Fame group. I wouldn't put Hutchinson in future Hall of Fame class yet. I would with Penei Sewell, and I'm starting to feel that way about Jahmyr Gibbs as well. 44 touchdowns in his career. He's not even 3 seasons in. He joins a group of 7 guys to ever have 10-plus touchdowns in each of their first 3 seasons. He doesn't turn 24 until March, and he's 3 touchdowns away from breaking Barry Sanders' record all time for most touchdowns before turning 24 years old. I'm not out of words to describe this guy, but every time he gets the ball, he's a walking touchdown, Kyle. That's the best way I can describe it. He gets the ball, and I feel like no matter where you are or what odds are stacked against you, there's a chance he takes it to the house for a touchdown. First play from overtime, that's exactly what he does.
That's what I was going to say. I mean, walking touchdown described perfectly when in OT. You get the ball first and score immediately off that Gibbs touchdown. Like
untouched.
Penei Sewell throws up the touchdown when he was at the 45-yard line. Still had 1 or 2 guys to beat, and he already thrown up his arms because he knew Gibbs was going to get into the end zone. It's truly unreal. As soon as that touchdown happens, obviously you felt really good about this game ending.
I think I texted this to you during the game, too. The second touchdown he had where he just,
Oh, it was crazy.
He basically stiff-armed the dude. He broke 2 other tackles.
Yeah.
It felt like 3 different times. There's no way he's going to get out of this. And he just finds a way, whether it's using his speed or his power. That was kind of on full display yesterday. He shocks guys. It's kind of like in basketball terms when you're going up against Wembanyama or way back in the day like Manute Bol. It's like you don't actually understand how tall these guys are and that they can block your shot until you're on the floor with them. You can watch all the film you want. That's how I feel about Jahmyr Gibbs. It's the same way teams probably feel up against Lamar Jackson. You can scheme for it all you want. Until you're on the field with him, there's just absolutely nothing like it in the NFL. And I think the Giants secondary, the Giants linebackers were caught totally off guard by, hey, we have this guy bottled up, just finish the play. And then before you know it, he's on a dash to the end zone. I feel blessed to watch this guy. That's where I'm at with it. It's incredible.
Yeah, well, I mean, he put the whole team on his back yesterday. Like, that was truly one of those performances where this Lions team, with the amount of weapons that they have offensively and even on defense as well, it's difficult for a single player to win them a game. Jahmyr Gibbs single-handedly won the Lions the game yesterday with a little bit of help of Jake Bates.
Yes, with a little bit of help of Jake Bates. Look, the offense was a little shaky. The defense was, red flags everywhere. I don't know what's going on with the pass rush, with the run stop too. Like, the defense just wasn't very good yesterday. But, again, all will be forgiven if they just win on Thursday against the Packers. That's where I'm at with this game, right? We can sit here and complain about everything that happened. I'm not willing to forget it, but I'm willing to forgive it if they're able to pull out a win on Thanksgiving. 989-837-6125. What was that?
A must-win game on Thanksgiving, man.
That's where we're at.
How am I supposed to enjoy anything?
With a little Spartans basketball a little later in the day?
Oh, so much stress on what's supposed to be a stress-free day.
When has Thanksgiving ever been stress-free as a Lions fan, though? This is a different type of stress because there's actual expectation, but it's always been a stressful day.
But when is it must-win? Like, even like the couple years ago, the game against Buffalo was like, that was a big game because it was like, okay, can the Lions continue this huge run that they're on?
Yeah.
And obviously, 2 years ago, the Green Bay game, you didn't think the Lions were going to win or lose. They did lose. Last year against Chicago certainly had its stress. I mean, that was the maximum stress game, but it wasn't a must-win. This is like you are right. It always is stressful, Lions games, but this one feels like it's a little bit extra.
I'm willing to put the season on the line. At least how I feel about this 2025 Detroit Lions team on the line. If they can't win this game, there's not a ton of evidence that they can win any of the big games that matter. If they do win this game, okay, they're right back in the mix to winning the division, getting a home playoff game, and if that's the case, whatever, man, anything's possible.
Right.
Are they going to be favored against the Rams? Probably not. They look like world beaters. Are they going to be favored against Philly? Probably not. They already lost to them this season.
But you feel a lot better about it if they beat Green Bay on Thursday.
If you get a home playoff game and win the division, anything can happen. You lose this game out of the division race, really uphill battle to climb to even make the playoffs. You're squeaking in at best with how much San Francisco keeps winning, how much Seattle keeps winning, how much the Bears keep winning. You win this game, you're right back in the mix of things. This is the big test on Thursday.
You're going to have to eat early on Thursday, I think.
Early? Like before 1 o'clock?
I mean, what are you going to you're going to lose your appetite if something happens in this Lions game? Or do you like eat more after the Lions game? I don't know.
How about this?
I'm confused.
I've got faith. I've got faith that they're going to do this.
Okay.
I've been saying this since week 1.
You have. This has been your whole thing.
There's absolutely no way they're getting swept by this Green Bay team. And the fact that Dan Campbell brings it up post-game speech, which, by the way, what was he doing on the ground?
Why did the video start with him crawling off of the floor?
He looked like Aiden Hutchinson in his stance, just like on like 3-point stance, getting ready to get after the quarterback. He stands up, and within 10 seconds, he's talking about Green Bay. That's very uncharacteristic of the post-game speech. That's very uncharacteristic of Dan Campbell to already start bringing that up. They're ready to go. I don't think there's any chance in hell they're losing this game. That's why I'm willing to put the season on the line with this. Are you ready to put your money where your mouth is? Because I am with this team. 989-837-6125. Your biggest takeaway from this game, this Detroit Lions versus Giants game, and are you putting your stock into this Thursday or this Sunday's game? Like, are you going to sit here and complain about it with your friends when you get to work today? Or are you going to really not forget this game? Or is this one that's like, you know what? Move on. Win ugly. Let's beat Green Bay on Thursday. Where are you at with this team? 989-837-6125. 9 o'clock hour, as always, is brought to you by Iron Stack Technologies. Strong businesses, well, they need strong tech, and that's where Iron Stack comes in. Locally owned in Midland, they keep your IT rock solid from cybersecurity to cloud services and everything in between. Think of them as like an invisible backbone to your business. No capes, just smarter solutions. Whether you're a small shop or growing company, Iron Stack makes sure your tech doesn't crumble under pressure. Iron Stack Technologies, strong, steady, and built to keep you moving forward.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mitt. Is your business protected, connected, and running at full speed? At Iron Stack Technology, they provide rock-solid IT solutions, cybersecurity, and support tailored for small and mid-sized businesses. From managed services to cloud migration and 24/7 monitoring, they've got your back so you can focus on what matters most, growing your business. Visit IronStackTechnology.com today and build your IT on a foundation of strength. Iron Stack Technology, IT that works as hard as you do.
He got it! That's 3 of them!
The Great Lakes Bay Region's home for Spartans basketball.
MSU is 5-0 heading to the Fort Myers Classic. Tuesday afternoon ball against East Carolina out of the American Conference. Coverage Tuesday at 1 p.m. presented by Weiss Equipment.
Every MSU game all season long.
It's so fun to hear people chanting.
Right here on Sports Radio 100.9.
The Mitt.
The Mitt.
Hey, Timmy Turkey! Oh, how I have loved growing old with you. Of course I remember Disneyland. Who knew they'd let a turkey in? But we have to have a real conversation right now. There's going to be some adjustments to our relationship. In a way, you could say we'll be closer than ever. This nothing, just ignore it. Look over there!
Happy Thanksgiving from the Mitt.
I'm Ben Bosscher, and here's what I think. I think we're nearing the end of the Jonathan Smith era at Michigan State. I think Scott Harris trading for a half dozen pitchers at the trade deadline is officially a failure considering how the season ended. I think the Detroit Lions are going to give the Packers an astronomical revenge whooping on Thanksgiving later this year. And I think you should listen to the Ben Bosscher Show, weekdays from 9 to noon, presented by Bresky Siding and Building Repair, if you agree or disagree with anything I just said.
They tell us we're more connected these days. We have cell phones, email, text messaging, yet we've never felt more disconnected from the people we care about the most. We need a place that's all about bringing us together. Say hello to the Great Lakes Bay region, where towns like Saginaw, Midland, Bay City, Birch Run, Chesaning, and Frankenmuth help us leave behind the overscheduled world we live in and visit a place we haven't seen in a while. One where the people make us feel right at home. And we remember just how bright our kids' eyes get, peeking through a riverboat railing, just to catch a glimpse of the wildlife. So let's go fishing, bird watching. Let's blow the suds off a local tap, take a tall ship dinner cruise at sunset, or stop by a festival just because the name made us smile. Right here in the Great Lakes Bay region, where reconnecting with what really matters is pure Michigan. Your trip begins at michigan.org.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mitt.
Well, just in the last couple minutes, the Giants have fired their defensive coordinator. That's a little surprising after yesterday. I thought they did a halfway decent job containing the Lions' offense.
Yeah, I
who
mean,
continued to go 3 and out. Like that was a huge problem yesterday in the first half.
Head coach already fired.
Yep.
Feels like might as well you're going to clean staff anyways. But yeah, I mean, it's not like their defense is the reason they lost that game, right?
No.
Maybe it is, I guess. I don't know.
They did. I feel like the Giants did everything they could to try to win that game. The Lions, I mean, they were 10-point favorites for a reason. At some point, you got to close the door, and them not converting that 4th down, or even just kicking the field goal, probably cost them the game.
That's what I was going to say. I see some people in our YouTube chat saying that, like it's hard to feel good about the Lions game because if the Giants just take 3 points or score on that 4th down, like, do you have confidence that the Detroit was going to come down and score a touchdown with the way that last drive went? I mean, obviously they handle a little bit differently because they're not settling for 3 rather than they need to get a touchdown. But I don't know, that final drive wasn't very convincing by any means.
nothing the Lions offense did was very convincing other than giving the ball to Jahmyr Gibbs.
Right.
We did get a text from Jeremy, listening all the way in Canada. Thanks for listening, Jeremy. He says, is it fair to say that Master Jake Bates saved the Lions season? If he misses that kick, the team's outlook is vastly different today. Yeah, no, you're
absolutely
100% right. They lose this game, I think we're doing a panic show. And yeah, like they would have a chance to redeem themselves with Green Bay, but this was the most gimme win left on the season, was this Giants team. And if you were to lose that game, all of a sudden there is zero room for error the rest of the season. Bates, I don't know how you feel about Bates. I think he's probably like somewhere around the 15th, 16th, 20th best kicker.
We're ranking kickers right now?
Yeah, like he's not one of the guys you think of like, oh, this is like one of the best kickers in the league by any means. But like, I don't know. I think over the past year and a half, he has somehow earned my trust because every time he goes out there when he needs to hit a game-winning or game-tying field goal with everything on the line, I mean, he's 5 for 5 on those kind of kicks.
And he still does that. I mean, I know it's part of his routine and everything, but it does not make you confident when he goes out there and he's about to kick and he almost falls over every time. He does that thing where he's like standing right here and then he like almost stumbles, but it's his routine. But God, it looks so goofy. But
so
like
does
you
the
said,
kick every time.
He's clutch though. I mean, he has knocked him down, especially from way deep. So
how often does it go down the middle though?
Never. But Jeremy's right. I mean, it is weird to think about that, and that's why, like, you're obviously taking the perspective of, like, a win is a win. It's on to Green Bay, which I totally understand because that's what you did all week last week.
Which is usually not where I am.
Right.
I usually never do that.
To Jeremy's point, think about just if that kick is a foot more to the right. We are completely feeling different right now about this Lions team. And so should we
We're
allow
shell-shocked.
that? Like, it doesn't change the fact that they still played terrible against one of the worst teams in the NFL. And guess what? The team that has blown the most leads in the NFL this season blew another lead.
Yeah.
Like, are we giving the Lions praise for that? You know, so that's why I understand why Lions fans are frustrated. But back to your point, a lot of that frustration can go away on Thursday.
Yes.
That's really what it's all about.
You know, the one thing that if I had to sit there and be like, I don't like this, it's not the fact that Jameis Winston torched the Lions. It's not the fact that the Giants of all teams, without their top running back, without their top receiver, without their quarterback, had the most yards per play against the Lions of any team this season. It's none of those things. My biggest concern with the Lions up to this point isn't even the offensive line. I think there's enough evidence now. Look, I love Dan Campbell. I think he should have won Coach of the Year last year. I think he's done a phenomenal job of taking over the play calling. Not perfect, but losing both coordinators and still being in a position where you can win this division. I think the world of this guy. He doesn't know how to use timeouts. He has no idea how to manage the clock. It's like every week now, whether it used to be the challenge. This is the new version of that. Every time you throw the red challenge flag, it was like, what on earth are you thinking? That has no chance of being overturned. Now it's something to do with either using or not using a timeout. And yesterday before the half, electing to just go up and spike it, you end up burning 10 seconds off the clock rather than just calling a timeout. Then you kick your field goal, and guess what? You don't even end up using your timeout at all.
They just dumped it onto the flats, like
and it was a play out of bounds.
Right, and
that was awful. That was really bad.
It's nice to have the timeout because then if you do call the timeout, then it's like now you know you have to get out of bounds. Whereas so the Giants might defend that differently. But the issue is you let the clock run down so low that
you burn 11 seconds.
Right, like what was there 6 seconds on the clock when they had that final play where they had to just dump it to Gibbs? Like there was no time. They couldn't even do anything to get yards because of how little of time there was on the clock. So, yeah, it was definitely concerning, and I think that this is not the first time there's been something like that.
And if you just call the timeout, you've got 17 seconds left on the clock. You've got a couple shots to either take a shot down the field or pick up a big chunk of yards before you have to settle for the field goal.
Right. Still enough time to run up and spike it probably too.
Yeah. I can't believe it. On a week-to-week basis, it feels like the over-under on idiotic timeout decisions or just like whether or not you're going to utilize them, it's set at 1.5 rather than 0.5 every single week because he's just guaranteed going to do one. Because last week it was electing to not use your timeouts on defense when they're about to score. You could have had the ball back, instead they just kind of let the clock burn out before halftime. This week you elect to not use your timeout. You go to the locker room with one of your timeouts because you'd rather spike the clock and you ended up killing 11 seconds anyway. It's just some disastrous stuff from Dan Campbell, and that's going to be really concerning when you're going up against some of the other best coaches in the NFC, like Shanahan and McVay, who he's had their number. I don't want to, make it seem like those guys walk circles around him because they don't. But I mean, some of the timeout stuff is it's inexcusable in year 5 of him being a head coach.
I'm not going to lie, man. Even Brian Schottenheimer and the Cowboys, the way they worked that late game yesterday against the Eagles was like, I was impressed.
And he's in his first year.
Right.
Like, he needs a timeout guy. He needs a guy just standing next to him.
Timeout coach.
Yeah. Just get some. I know this is. I'm not the first person to make the joke, and I'm not going to be the last person.
Player.
Yeah, just get someone who's world ranked in Madden just to stand next to Dan Campbell for the entirety of the game, and he just quick interaction. Should I use a timeout here? Yes. Hey, do you think I should save a timeout here? Yes. What? Dan, do not use a timeout here. He just needs someone next to him because whoever's. If no one's checking him for when he should and shouldn't use these timeouts, somebody's not doing their job. It's actually diabolical the way that he utilizes these timeouts. Is there a bigger concern coming out of yesterday?
With Dan Campbell or with the Lions?
With the Lions in general. That's like my big thing. It's like
really? That's your big thing?
Because
I think my big thing is that you were losing to the New York Giants for like 3.5 quarters.
Sure, but this has been the biggest common theme for the last 3 years of Dan Campbell not knowing how to manage the clock.
Right.
This has not gone away. I can forgive a bad game where you still win the game and you can kind of put it in the past if you just win this Green Bay game and move on. It's uncharacteristic of the Lions to allow a backup quarterback to throw for as many yards as Jameis had.
And catch a touchdown pass.
Right, I think that stuff will correct itself. I think the Amon-Ra drops will correct itself. I don't have any evidence that the Dan Campbell mismanaging the clock is going to correct itself because this is year 5 and we're still having these problems. I thought what we saw before the halftime yesterday was amongst the worst clock management we've ever seen from Dan Campbell. And it didn't really cost the Lions in a big way, but it's the small stuff where it's like, I can't believe you just did that.
Right.
I can't believe you just burned 11 seconds without using a timeout so you could spike it instead, just to throw the ball directly out of bounds on a flats play to Jahmyr Gibbs, and then you walk to the locker room with your timeout. It's insane to me. Everyone knows to call timeout in that spot. But yeah, if you want to say it's losing to the Giants, I guess I won't blame you. 989-837-6125. We'll hit the news when we come back. This is the Ben Bosscher Show live right here on the Mitt. Bresky Siding and Building Repair. Protect your home with them today. The experts who do the job right the first time. Whether you have a leaky roof, storm damage, the siding looking a little tired, Bresky has you covered. Locally owned, trusted, and dedicated to keeping Midland area homes safe and looking sharp. Quality materials, skilled craftsmanship, and service that puts your family first. Don't wait for the next storm. Call Bresky Siding and Building Repair today and keep your home strong for years to come.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mitt.
Do we have any spray paint?
Why?
I need lots of paint. I'm going to paint the house.
I don't think so.
But it looks bad.
Well, you can't spray paint the house.
And then let's call Bresky Siding and Building Repair. They can do it.
Is your siding looking faded, worn out, or just in need of an update? Call me, Derek Bresky, at Bresky Siding and Building Repair today for all your siding, roofing, and gutter needs.
Transform your outdoor space with Maple Hill Nursery. Whether you're a gardening enthusiast or just looking to relax in style, they have everything you need. From premium polywood furniture that never needs painting to top quality plants and trees, Maple Hill Nursery has it all. Plus, they offer free setup and delivery on in-stock barbecue grills. Visit them today just north of Midland Mall or check out their website for pro tips and expert advice. Maple Hill Nursery, making your yard the place to be.
Is the air in your home dry? Are allergies bothering you? Tired of itchy skin and static everywhere? We have your answer. Answer Heating and Cooling can install a whole home humidifier that keeps your air balanced, your skin comfortable, and your family breathing easier all winter long. Say goodbye to static shocks and hello to comfort. Call Answer Heating and Cooling today or visit AnswerSOS.com. Answer Heating and Cooling, the home of simply outstanding service.
At Tommy's Express, you can get your car clean, shiny and dry in just minutes. Our state-of-the-art eco-friendly wash delivers a spotless finish every time. With the Tommy Club app, enjoy unlimited washes or paper wash. Skip the line with license plate recognition and manage everything right from your phone. Fast, clean, and simple. Visit Tommy's Express today and see the difference. Text Clean Card to 86697 for a free works wash.
Offer valid for new guests only. By participating, you consent to receive promotional information text from Tommy's Express. Message and data rates may apply. Message frequency varies.
When you want NFL football on the radio,
It is another defensive touchdown. Wow, he got hammered, dude.
you know where to turn.
Let's go. Come on.
This week is no different.
Somebody go make a play. We can never lose our competitiveness.
Thursday night football is here.
Thanksgiving Day features 3 NFL games, including Lions and Packers from Ford Field. Coverage at 1 on Thanksgiving, presented by Ace Hardware, downtown Midland.
Right here on Sports Radio 100.9, The Mitt.
Into the end zone.
The Michigan State Spartans.
Touchdown, MSU.
Heard right here on the Great Lakes Bay region's home for sports.
The Spartans round out their season. MSU and Maryland match up at Ford Field on Saturday night. Coverage starts at 5:30, presented by Weiss Equipment.
Don't miss a moment of Spartans football on Sports Radio 100.9.
Let's give them what they want. Do it.
100.9 The Mitt.
From Midland to Bay City, Saginaw to Sanford, from Frankenmuth, Freeland, and Hemlock to Auburn, Essexville, and Pinconning, 100.9 The Mitt is the heartbeat of the Great Lakes Bay region, and proud of it. We're your home for local sports, local stories, and local pride. Whether you're in Birch Run, Beaverton, Gladwin, Chesaning, or Coleman, football, basketball, hockey, Spartans, NFL, Loons, all right here. 100.9 The Mitt, Mid-Michigan's sports leader.
Why are interscholastic sports called the last classroom of the day? Because they teach students important life lessons like teamwork, accountability, and perseverance. School sports are so much more than a game. They're about developing the whole person. That's why they're an essential part of every student's education.
Encourage your student to participate in the last classroom of the day. Interscholastic sports in Michigan. This message presented by the MHSAA and the Michigan Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mitt.
All right, 989-837-6125. Let's put it this way. Are you losing faith in this Detroit Lions team after yesterday? I am not. I'm not willing to go there quite yet. If you want to tell me, hey, that was a disaster performance, I think they're the F words, frauds. Thank you. If you want to start calling them that, so be it. I don't think I'm there yet. Now, if they lose this game against Green Bay, I'm out. Like, I just don't think I can rally behind this team if they lose to Green Bay. This is a must-win game.
How could you be in? I mean, what evidence is there to say, yeah, this Lions team is just as good as last year if they lose to Green Bay?
Exactly. If they lose to Green Bay, that would make them 500 for the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games. They would be they'd be 4-3 in their last 7 games.
They'd be 7-5 overall in an NFC wildcard race that is truly tough right now, and that would essentially. I mean, not essentially because there'd still be season left, but that would make it very, very difficult to win the division.
And they would be
0-2 against Green Bay.
0-2 against Green Bay. They'd have a loss to Kansas City. The only good team that they would have beaten at that point is Baltimore.
Tampa?
Baltimore and Tampa, who's not even in first place in their division anymore.
Tampa has been bad ever since that game.
Yeah, remember that's always so fun. The first person we hand the MVP award to in the first 6 weeks of the season. Remember when we handed it to Derek Carr last year? It's like, wow, look at the Saints. Look, they're so good.
I don't think we're handing the MVP to Derek Carr, but
we did
sure.
to Baker. We did to Baker.
We did. That's true.
I'm not losing faith in this team quite yet. Now, again, I said I'm willing to put everything on the line on Thursday. If they lose on Thursday, there's zero evidence that we should be. I'm not going to say you shouldn't support them, but there's zero evidence to have confidence. I would say I'm putting everything.
Yeah.
Into Thursday steak. Did you lose any confidence in this team yesterday?
Yeah, I mean, yes. Like, I think it's pretty. Like, you can't just say no. Like, I didn't lose any confidence, but I can get it back on Thursday.
Yeah.
Like, I see both sides. I see where you're coming from, but I'm also not just going to sit here and be like, I don't care how they won. They still won. Like,
no, it was an ugly win.
It was more than an ugly win. I I mean, it was a got punched in the face, beat up win.
Yeah.
It was gross.
You went 10 rounds with the Giants. You went 10 rounds as a minus 1,300 favorite.
Which, right. The part that sucks the most, man, is just like, I love Jameis. Like, that's the part that
I'll never understand this.
He's so.
I just don't get it.
What do you mean? He's funny. He's hilarious.
Oh, he's funny.
He's such a cool character.
He's funny if he's on any other team besides yours, and then when he's
right,
on
and he's
your
never
team,
been on my team. So why? Yeah, exactly.
Sure. I like for anyone who's actually watched him quarterback, whether you're a Saints fan, a Bucs fan.
He's entertaining to watch. That's for sure. He put that on full display yesterday.
I'd rather win games in a boring way like Philly than
right.
it be a 50-50 toss up and it be entertaining.
No, I totally agree. But as a neutral fan who's never had him on my own team, I enjoy watching that. I think he's fun to watch. And then he makes that touchdown catch and somehow scores. And I'm like, I'm so upset. I'm like, how did the Lions let this happen? But then deep down inside, I'm like,
and he's dancing. He's just dancing
awesome.
on your TV.
Yeah,
I was so mad at Derek Barnes for not being able to tackle him. Derek Barnes was smart enough to even recognize that Jameis Winston was like running out for a pass to receive it because he was on a blitz and just kind of abandoned it. Very, very late, obviously. But the fact that he got like two hands on him and wasn't able to bring him down, I'm just sitting there yelling at my TV.
How did no one get to Gunnar Olszewski?
How the hell did nobody get him?
Yeah, I mean, how did they? And then even on like the very first touchdown play on the double pass to Wan'Dale Robinson,
when Tyreek Williams just
how did they
whipped?
pull that off? I mean, Jameis Winston should have never even got the ball back. Like it was both of those plays happening were just major fluky plays from the Lions defense.
No, Tyreek Williams just completely whiffing on being able to sack Jameis Winston was not particularly good. I didn't think Jared Goff played his best game either. Him and St. Brown, a little bit got back on the same page, but there was something still off with it.
Right.
That play where Amon-Ra, it went off his hands and was intercepted by the Giants. Let's get it out of the way. Like Amon-Ra needs to catch that ball without a doubt.
What's going on with that, by the way? Like
I don't know.
Last week we talked about it and we kind of dismissed it as like this ain't gonna happen again. And then it just
Then it happened again. But he still had the 9 receptions for 145.
Right,
I think it was.
Yeah, I mean he had a great game, but like he also like should not drop passes. Like he's St. Brown. That's like his thing. It's different if you're CeeDee Lamb and you're just like, yeah, I'm going to drop some passes, but I'm going to make crazy plays.
He was dropping a lot of passes yesterday.
That's what I'm saying. That's like his thing. St. Brown's thing is not dropping passes. So it's interesting.
I think that play, though, where there was the interception on the drop, there was something weird about the Jared Goff timing of it, though. And I'm not like saying, no, that's more on Jared Goff than it is on St. Brown. It was definitely more on St. Brown. But there was a little bit just like the timing of it was a little off. It felt like Jared Goff held the ball for a little too long and then was throwing off of like leaning forward. It just was weird all around. Usually those guys are on the same page and it's not that they weren't on the same page yesterday, but there was just something still a little bit off with it that, again, that's something that I think is going to be able to be fixed rather than the Dan Campbell calling plays thing or not Dan Campbell calling plays, but the clock management stuff. That's the stuff where I'm like, this is year 5, man. How have we not gotten better at this? And I now I'm like just kind of banking on one decision a game that's like, oh my God. The 4th down stuff is a completely different conversation. I have confidence they're going to go for it on 4th down. But the managing the clock, the timeout usage, that stuff is outrageous to me. But to answer my own question, no, I don't think I've lost any faith after yesterday's game. It was ugly. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to sit here and tell you nothing's wrong with this team. But I don't think I have more concerns than I did going into that game. They didn't put any concerns to bed, but I don't think there's more concerns.
I mean, I don't know. Think about how we were talking about this defense for the last several weeks. And then yesterday you just let Jameis Winston piece you up. Like this defense had been you had the discussion.
They couldn't stop the run either.
You had the discussion of exactly like is this Lions defense clearly just better than the offense at this point?
Well, after yesterday I would have said no.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe that conversation got put to bed. Like that's if it would have been a repeat of the last couple weeks where the Lions offense is slow. The pressure's there in the backfield on Jared Goff. They can't run the ball extremely well, but the defense rocked. Then I would have said the same thing. Yeah, it's the same concerns we had all along. It kind of flipped yesterday. The defense that had been so good against these good teams was not a mess against New York, but man, there was a lot to be questioning. That's for sure.
New York, I guess their numbers on the ground weren't as bad as the eye test would have suggested because they had a lot of runs that just got stuffed as well. But 6 rushing first downs, that felt like a lot. It felt like, they were gashing us a good amount on the ground. They end up giving up 122 on the ground. The big thing was and the yards per play on the ground wasn't actually as bad as I thought it was. You'd have to go all the way back to Cleveland to find a week that was lower. So the yards per play on the ground wasn't that bad. But, I mean, Jameis picking us apart for a season high for an opponent, 6.71 yards per play.
Wan'Dale Robinson just finding himself open literally every play.
Meek Robertson had his worst game as a Lion yesterday. He got tormented. But I'll tell you what, he knows how to do that peanut punch.
That was good, too.
Man.
You know who else I think probably had their worst game of the year, which I haven't seen the PFF grades yet, so I can't, confirm this.
Yodi?
Man, Decker was bad.
Oh, yeah, Decker was really bad yesterday.
Decker was bad yesterday.
Decker is bad against all the good pass rushers in the NFL. Which is concerning.
That's just an example of, okay, you're just not that good of a tackle anymore, right?
Right. He's a really good tackle when he's going up against average pass rushers.
Right.
When you go up against a Brian Burns, Kayvon Thibodeau, Abdul Carter defensive line, he was getting his lunch money stolen from him consistently. And that's been a common theme. Every time, it's going to be the same thing on Thursday. Micah Parsons is going to get his. When they played the Browns, actually, they did a pretty good job against Miles. They did a really good job against Myles Garrett, actually. But that's been a thing for a year and a half now. When the best pass rushers come to town and go up against Taylor Decker, he loses.
I'm pretty good at basketball when I go play against middle schoolers. But when I'm playing against guys that are much better than me, I'm not nearly as good. It's that simple.
Kyle just compared his basketball skills to Taylor Decker.
Nah, I'm way
NFL
better.
left tackle.
I'm way better than that.
989-837-6125. We'll hit some more Mitt messages in the news when we come back. This is the Ben Bosscher Show live right here on 100.9 The Mitt. Not too late to get to Ace Hardware, buy a rake, and rake up the leaves in your yard. I drive around Midland. All the leaves get to the streets. I don't know when they're going to come pick them up. I don't even know what they use to pick them up.
The snow is coming, people. You got to take care of them leaves.
And if you wait and all of a sudden it's snowing, you're not going to do it in the snow, and then all of a sudden the leaves are going to be there the entire winter, and then when the spring rolls around,
you're going to be mad at yourself in the spring.
The grass is going to be dead.
You're going to be so mad.
You don't want to have a dead lawn. So if that's the case, head to Ace Hardware, get yourself a rake. You guys can gear up for snow season. They've got snow blowers there. You get some free popcorn if you buy something at the checkout line. A lot of great stuff over at Ace Hardware.
Donuts.
Buy a donut as well. Right where local service meets big time savings, located downtown Midland. Supporting your yard and your community all in one stop.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mitt.
Since 1940, Yiter Insurance Group has been a trusted friend to generations of your neighbors in the Great Lakes Bay region and across the country. Proudly representing auto owners insurance, we're licensed in nearly every state, so no matter where life takes you, we got you covered. And because we're an independent insurance agent, we don't believe in one size fits all. We work for you to find coverage that fits your life, your family, and your business. That's why families and businesses have relied on Yiter Insurance and auto owners for peace of mind. Yiter Insurance Group, local roots, national reach, and always your friend in the insurance business.
Tired of floors that snore? Walls that whisper, meh? Premier Tile in Midland is here to spice things up one tile at a time. They've got backsplash that'll make your pasta jealous.
What?
Shower walls that'll actually sing in the morning. And floors so fabulous, you'll consider eating dinner off them. Stylish, affordable, slightly obsessed with grout. Visit Premier Tile, located between Stark and Sturgeon, right off US 10, or at PremierTileStone.com.
Ready to make your summer unforgettable? Bring your crew to Dow Diamond with special group ticket offerings from the Great Lakes Loons. Whether it's your office, church, team, or family party, there's nothing like being at the ballpark. Private venues, high-end food options, or discounted tickets and food credits for groups as small as 16. Book your group outing today by calling 989-837-BALL or visit loons.com.
Into the end zone.
The Michigan State Spartans.
Touchdown, MSU.
Heard right here on the Great Lakes Bay region's home for sports.
The Spartans round out their season. MSU and Maryland match up at Ford Field on Saturday night. Coverage starts at 5:30, presented by Weiss Equipment.
Don't miss a moment of Spartans football on Sports Radio 100.9.
Let's give them what they want.
Do it.
100.9 The Mitt.
For the turkey, Thanksgiving is known by another name.
Come with me if you want to live.
Judgment Day.
If something moves, you kill it.
We literally murder every fat one. We take all the ones that aren't lean and athletic, and we eat them.
That was delicious.
So I'm sure it's a wonderful holiday for you, but it's quite possibly the most horrifying thing ever for some poor turkey. But hey, happy Thanksgiving.
Sports Radio 100.9 The Mitt.
Hey, I'm Ben Bosscher.
And I'm Kyle Sandel.
And the two of us are live every weekday on 100.9 The Mitt at 9 a.m. until noon, giving you opinions on the teams that you care about the most.
The Lions, Tigers, Red Wings, Pistons, those teams.
And a whole lot more. Whether we're breaking down a game from the night before, debating the biggest news from the day, or doing a draft or spread picks, we're always having fun. I mean, come on, it's our job to talk about sports. How could we not be having fun?
So if the big games aren't enough for you, if you're a real diehard fan, this show is going to be perfect for you. You can count on us to be your morning sports outlet every day.
The Ben Bosscher Show with Ben Bosscher and Kyle Sandel on 100.9 The Mitt.
This is more than just a lineup. It's a daily ritual for the die-hard Michigan sports fans. At 6 a.m., Anthony Bellino wakes up the state with Spin on Sports.
I do not believe it.
At 9, the Ben Bosscher Show is appointment listening hosted here in the Great Lakes Bay region.
I would like to buy some Casey Mize stock.
America's Best takes over at noon. The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
Well, what about Patrick Mahomes?
And at 3, Bill Simonson brings it home on The Huge Show. Sports Radio 100.9 The Mitt for the most passionate fans in Michigan.
High school sports don't just happen. There's a ton of work that goes into every single athletic event.
And we have our school's athletic director to thank for a lot of it. Thank you.
For scheduling officials, so I can always play the game I love.
For ordering quality athletic equipment, so I can stay safe on the field.
For mentoring my coaches, so they can be the best role models for me.
For coordinating transportation, so I can get focused for the big game.
For helping us develop character and learn lessons that will benefit us for the rest of our lives.
Thank you to our AD for always creating a positive experience for us. We'll never forget it.
From all of us at the NIAAA, thank you to every athletic administrator in Michigan for all you do to enrich the lives of your students. It does not go unnoticed. This message presented by the NIAAA, the National Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mitt.
(989-837-6125). I lied. I'm sorry. We're going to wait to hit the news. Let's get to a Mitt message, and then we're going to do stocks here on a Monday. Okay. Rob from Saginaw says, Campbell always talks about the gritty, always takes about a gritty one on hat. Was one yesterday when they were
what?
Down. I'm sorry, Rob. I'm sorry, Rob. I should have. This is on me. I should have read this and interpreted it, and then explained it better. But I have no idea what you're trying to say right now, and I can't do it live on air.
Hey, we appreciate you though, Rob.
I really do. I can't tell you guys enough how much I appreciate everyone who listens, everyone who texts in. Makes the show more fun. With that being said, let's do our stock market exchange.
You know what? I'm not leaving.
I'm not leaving.
The stock market.
The show goes on.
All right, I'll kick us off, Kyle.
Okay.
For the stock market exchange this week, I am going to buy stock on the Thanksgiving NFL slate that we have. There are 3 games. Usually there's one stinker in there. A lot of the times it's been the Lions. But there are 3 games with real playoff implications, season on the line type of, like games for the NFL. We've got the Lions and the Packers kicking us off at 1 instead of noon.
Yep.
I don't love that.
12:30, but yeah.
I think it's 1.
No, I'm saying, but it used to always be 12:30.
Season on the line for the Lions, obviously. We've got the the Cowboys and the Chiefs. Those are like the 2 teams that automatically, no matter what, get an extra point in spreads. Right. So I'm very curious to see where the public lies there.
Everybody in the state of Michigan probably hates both of those teams too.
Yep. Going to be a fantastic game. Loser leaves town match in a way.
What a great game to watch with your family, because it's just going to be complaining the whole time. Oh, it's going to be so good.
I think it's a loser leaves town match too. Whoever loses this game, I think their playoff hopes are kind of done.
Chiefs are done if they lose this game? There's no way.
Kinda.
No.
If they end up
Cowboys, yes. They're under 500.
If the Chiefs get to 6-6, there'd be the Chargers, Broncos, Jaguars, Colts, all with better records in them. And the Patriots and Bills.
Yeah, I mean,
that's a very uphill battle. And then the night game is the return of Joe Burrow, the Ravens and the Bengals, which I think the Bengals season's kind of over with already at this point. So maybe not like a must-win game for them.
They don't think it is for some reason.
Yeah, but Joe Burrow's coming back, and you get Lamar Jackson, who they've won 5 straight games. So I love the slate. And then on Black Friday, we get the Eagles and the Bears. Like, that's also like huge playoff implications on the line with that game too. I love the Thursday and Friday slate this week.
I love it too, but is it a good thing for Thanksgiving to get all these big games?
Absolutely.
Because now on Sunday, there's not really any good games. And
there's a couple good ones still.
I don't know. I kind of like having the one, like, bad game. Like when it's usually Eagles-Cowboys and the Cowboys just stink.
Well, usually the bad game is also the Black Friday game, but this year it ended up being fantastic.
Yeah, good point. So, I don't know.
I'm buying stock on it.
Okay. I do have a question, by the way. This isn't really me buying or selling a stock, but it feels like it fits this segment. Is this the least productive week of the year, or is it the week between Christmas and New Year's? Which one's the least productive?
Week between Christmas and New Year's. Nobody does anything that week.
But this is just like, this has got to be second, though, right? That's 3 days before Thanksgiving. Like, nobody's really doing anything, you know?
Yeah, the short week before Thanksgiving would be up there.
But the week between Christmas and New Year's is legitimately the biggest joke of a week of all time.
There's no second place to that week. I would say depending on what day of the week 4th of July falls on, that can be a week where nobody's really doing anything.
Right. If it happens during the middle of the week or something, yeah.
I'd say if it happens on a Thursday, it's just like, Wednesday and Friday don't exist.
And then at that point, Monday and Tuesday really don't either, you know?
Yeah. I would say that's accurate. This is the second least productive.
Okay, well,
speaking
of Thanksgiving, I didn't want to do too many Thanksgiving buy and sells because we're probably going to have those next week. But I got to get one out of the way here, Ben. We were just talking about this in the break, and this is perfect. I am buying stock on stuffing, dude. What is this opinion that people are just out on stuffing?
Yeah,
stuffing's bad? Are you kidding me?
I don't like it.
Here's the thing: the reason why stuffing is good on Thanksgiving is who just eats stuffing outside of Thanksgiving?
Exactly. No one eats it outside of Thanksgiving because it's not good.
That's
if it was good, people would eat it outside of Thanksgiving.
Let me ask you this. Do you eat mashed potatoes on Thanksgiving? Do you enjoy them?
Yes.
Of course, right? They're awesome.
And I eat them year-round. How often are you
ripping mashed potatoes year-round? Like less than 5 times a year.
No, more than that. You're
just having mashed potatoes all the time?
I wouldn't say all the time, but I'd say I have mashed potatoes 10 times a year.
Okay, that's not that much more than 5, but
it's double. I guarantee no one else makes stuffing or eats stuffing.
No one ever. No, ever.
Other than Thanksgiving or the day after Thanksgiving.
I just think that I think the stuffing hate has gone too far. I used to be out on it as well, and then I kind of grew up and I just matured. And I was like, no, it's actually like pretty good. And I don't get why everyone hates on it. This trend that the Thanksgiving sides actually aren't as good as they are. Come on, dude, it's good.
No, my big Thanksgiving thing, my Thanksgiving food take is I don't dislike turkey, but it's not a top tier food.
No, I mean that's totally. So I think most people probably feel that way.
I have loved that in years past, or in the last couple of years, there's been many families that have shifted away from tradition and said, screw that, we're making steaks. That's what my family does. Or sometimes we'll like last year we did
pilgrims, you know?
We've got some...
we don't need turkey.
Exactly. We've got some Mexicana descent in my family, so sometimes the last couple of years we've done enchiladas instead.
Ooh.
Turkey's just like, it's fine. It's
lasagna
fine.
on Thanksgiving, I feel like has started to become a little bit of a thing.
I like that more than turkey. Again, I don't hate turkey, but there are I would rather have a steak 10 out of 10 times.
Well, duh. I mean, that's literally the most.
So why do we hold ourselves and handcuff ourselves to turkey? If you're still doing turkey on Thanksgiving in the big 2-5,
I think most, like a lot of people are.
Yeah.
Selling
we
stock
gotta get better.
That eat turkey on Thanksgiving. Okay.
No, I'm just buying stock on leaving tradition behind in that aspect.
No, I'm totally with you there. Grow up. You know?
Grow up.
Exactly.
Grill a steak.
But I will say, I'll agree with you here. I'm selling stock on cranberry sauce. Who be eating that, dude?
Yeah, no, I don't love that.
Who be eating the cranberry sauce?
I don't love the cranberry sauce.
What an odd thing to have. Like, oh, I have turkey. I need to put some cranberries on this. Like,
wait, people mix the turkey and the cranberry sauce? I thought that was just something that people like had on the side.
I mean, yeah, people do that.
Oh, that's even weirder.
It's quite weird, isn't it?
We ran out of time for the rest of our stocks.
We did this all on Thanksgiving.
We'll get to our more stock exchange a little bit later on in the show, but who knows? Maybe we'll get to some more Thanksgiving stuff as well. This seems like something for a little bit later on in the week. All right, 989-837-6125. Back to the Detroit Lions. Have you lost faith in this team after yesterday's win against the Giants?
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mitt.
Hey Midland, join the Silver Sneakers and Renew Active programs at the Midland Community Center, where fitness for seniors is fun and free. With Silver Sneakers and Renew Active, seniors 65 and older enjoy access to Greater Midland Community Center, North Family Center, and Coleman Family Center, all at no extra cost with eligible Medicare Advantage plans. Dive into all group fitness classes, exclusive Silver Sneakers classes, and our Greater Midland Walking Club. Get moving with Silver Sneakers and Renew Active at the Midland Community Center.
Now is the perfect time to lock in your seats for the 2026 season with the Great Lakes Loons. With Loons Ticket Package, you choose the games that fit your schedule. Score exclusive benefits, guarantee the same seats for each game, and have the flexibility to exchange your games whenever you want. Let us book your ticket package for the 2026 season. Call the ticket office today at 989-837-BALL or visit loons.com.
When you want NFL football on the radio.
It is another defensive touchdown. Wow, he got hammered, dude.
You know where to turn.
Let's go. Come on.
This week is no different.
Somebody go make a play. We can never lose our competitiveness.
Thursday night football is here.
Thanksgiving Day features 3 NFL games, including Lions and Packers from Ford Field. Coverage at 1 on Thanksgiving, presented by Ace Hardware, downtown Midland.
Right here on Sports Radio 100.9, The Mitt. From Midland to Bay City, Saginaw to Sanford, from Frankenmuth, Freeland, and Hemlock to Auburn, Essexville, and Pinconning, 100.9 The Mitt is the heartbeat of the Great Lakes Bay region and proud of it. We're your home for local sports, local stories, and local pride. Whether you're in Birch Run, Beaverton, Gladwin, Chesaning, or Coleman, football, basketball, hockey, Spartans, NFL, Loons, all right here. 100.9 The Mitt, Mid-Michigan's sports leader.
Let's pick out a good wine. Let's discover a new taste from a new place. Let's meet the people who handpick the grapes in places dedicated to the craft, in a land that only knows one way to grow things, rich and full. Welcome to Michigan, where the 4 seasons and 4 Great Lakes smile on the winemaker, where the quality of the wine is exceeded only by the warmth of the greeting waiting for us. And with more than 90 wineries, covering more than 13,000 acres, the harvest has never been better. So let's wander through lush vineyards, discover hidden treasures in vast cellars, and renew ourselves in comfortable tasting rooms. Let's all raise a glass. Let's gather our closest friends and become even closer. Because taking time to toast the beauty and bounty of life is pure Michigan. Your trip begins at michigan.org.
From the Blazy Electric Studios, this is Sports Radio 100.9 The Mitt, WLUN, Pinconning, Bay City, Saginaw, Midland.
All right, 989-837-6125. Welcome back into the Ben Bosscher Show here on a Victory Monday, but a Victory Monday in which we're not feeling all that great about the Lions. They have a chance to redeem themselves this Thursday against the Packers. I think one thing everyone can agree on is if they win this game against the Packers, no matter how they win it, yesterday's forgiven. We don't have to harp on yesterday or think about this game where Jameis Winston picked apart the Lions. We can forget about it all if they just win this game against the Packers. But they got to win this game. Let's get to some of your reactions right now, whether or not you're losing faith in this Lions team. This one is from Joe. Joe says, last year the Lions went 100 miles per hour all year long, and it cost them at the end. It feels as though they have intentionally taken the opposite approach this season. We'll find out if it pays off, but it's giving me much more anxiety. I like to believe that they learned from last year and will find and will be fine in the end, but it's killing me in the meantime. Yeah, were you also like pacing around your room yesterday or your living room in front of the TV, holding your breath the entire time? Because it was not a game that I expected to be as stressed out as I was, and it wasn't quite like if Tigers playoff games are 10 out of 10. Yesterday was like a 7 or 8 for me in terms of stress level.
Really, I felt like the Eagles game I was more stressed out. Which maybe that was just because it was a bigger opponent. Because I
think I was more stressed out going into the game. But like that fourth quarter yesterday,
I just felt you're right.
Like, oh my God, we're gonna lose this game.
Like we talked about earlier, there was a good amount of like, they're just gonna win, right? Like they'll still figure out a way to win, right? And I still had those thoughts of not that, of like, oh, they're for sure gonna lose now. Like I was definitely doubting it. But
did you ever utter the F word, fraud?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't think so.
Make sure we're on the same page.
I had people in my group messages for Lions saying those things. I don't let it get to me. We got to see what happens at the end of the game. Obviously, they win it, but yeah, I mean, there definitely is reason to be concerned. Absolutely, that's not doubting that. But yeah, I mean, I didn't expect it to be that stressful. That's for sure.
Joe also says stuffing is fine, but nobody's making it outside of Thanksgiving. Mashed potatoes is universal. I'm with Ben on this one. Point Ben.
Oh, I'm totally with that. We don't need to. I don't want to get back into this. Never mind.
Rob, Rob who texted in and we couldn't make sense of the text.
Yeah.
He sent in a clarification and said, sorry about the last one. He's working right now.
It's kind of Ben's fault too. Don't worry.
It is very much on me too, Rob. But he did want to clarify and say, Dan Campbell talks about gritty wins. That was one yesterday, and I also heard reports about St. Brown having a wrist injury. And I'm buying stock with Kyle that stuffing is elite.
My man, Rob.
I haven't seen anything about St. Brown having an injury to his wrist. So I'm not saying you're wrong, but
there is a lot of fake propaganda on Facebook, if that's where you saw it. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, I'm not saying you're wrong, Rob, but I pride myself pretty good on staying plugged in on the stuff, and I have not seen anything that would suggest to me from a reliable source that St. Brown is dealing with a wrist injury. Hasn't been on the injury report, anything like that. I don't know what's going on with the drops, but that has become an issue for Amon-Ra St. Brown. So his season high in drops is 8, but you'd have to go all the way back to, I believe, his rookie season for that to happen. I think after yesterday, let me see if these grades are in yet.
I mean, that's a lot of drops.
8?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was back in his rookie year. I believe he was at 5 going into yesterday, and I think 2 more are about to get added. Maybe he was at 4 yesterday. It hasn't been great. I'll say that. It has not been great for Amon-Ra St. Brown. But the standard is so high for him that you'll live with it. Let's get to one more text message that says, 2 more. One says, Ben gets Halloween candy in his Christmas stocking. I'm not really sure what that's supposed to mean. That'd be a good thing, right? I don't know.
It's Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's 2 holidays that aren't happening this week. Adam says, if you're losing faith after a win, are you a true fan?
That's what, that's kind of my concern here. I'm with Adam a little bit. This has obviously always been a tortured fan base, the Detroit Lions, and maybe we've been a little bit spoiled the last couple of years, but it feels like the Lions fans have deserved to have a good football team. And so to revert back, and I hate to just be the guy like, well, think about how it always used to be. Like the Lions would always lose this game. But I'm just so out on the Lions fans that are like, the season is over, this team stinks, like just kind of going full negative Nancy. You can be concerned, and you can be like, there's reasons why I'm not as confident in this team this year. That's completely fair, and it's valid as well. But to be like, I'm just out on this team, the season's over, I'm done watching this team, because I saw a lot of that yesterday on social media. Come on, what are we doing? Like,
before the game's even over, too.
What are we doing, man? Like you said, your opinion there can just get totally flipped on Thanksgiving. You can go into that game not feeling confident and not thinking that they're going to win. But what if they do? What, then you're going to say, oh, I'm back in on this team? Like, I'm just out on the Lions fans going back to this, like, this was always a theme with Detroit sports fans, that being tortured was like they enjoyed it. They secretly enjoyed having bad teams. Yes.
Masochists.
Because it was something to complain about. And so when you go a while for not having something to complain about and you get it back, you're all over it.
I keep a notes document in my phone of just words that I come across that I don't know what they mean. And when I add one to my list and then one comes up naturally, like masochist, I feel so smart that I get to use a word from my notes list. No, but to to comment on what Adam said, if you're losing faith after a win, are you a true fan? I would say you're allowed to lose a little bit of faith after a win. That doesn't make you any less of a fan, especially considering who the opponent is, right? A win is a win in this league, and that's why you pick up a win and you move on to Green Bay. But the Giants are ultimately 2-7, or were 2-7 going into that game. Or what were they, 2-8?
I think they're 2-9.
2-9?
I think they
whatever
might be
they were.
2-10
Two-win team. You expect to win by a little bit more than that. And the fact that you didn't was semi-concerning. The fact that it took you going into overtime was semi-concerning. The fact that Gibbs scored 3 touchdowns, Amon-Ra scored 1, and it still took everything you had to win that game is somewhat concerning. You're allowed to feel a little bit worse about the team after the win. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But with that being said, you said, Kyle, I'm tired of the Lions fans, crashing out and acting like the season's over in the middle of these games. Haven't you and I both kind of set the table to where that's kind of where we're at if they lose this game against Green Bay? That the season is, in a way, kind of over? Because the odds of them winning the division, I think, basically go to 0 if they lose this game against Green Bay. It would take a miracle. Even the odds of them going to a playoff game would almost feel like, like they kind of have to run the table, like not win out, but pretty close to winning out the rest of the way because of the way San Fran keeps winning, because of the way Seattle keeps winning, because of the way the Panthers, if they win tonight, like that's another team that's somehow still lingering. The Bears picking up a win against the Steelers certainly did the Lions no favors at all. I'm kind of gonna be on the train of the season's pretty much over. Like, even if they squeak into the playoffs, if they lose this game on Thursday,
Oh, no way you're thinking that. You were just talking about you getting to the playoffs, anything can happen.
If you win the division and get a home game, if you lose this game, that's off the table. And all of a sudden, if you get into the playoffs, it's because you limped in. I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm going to
limp into the playoffs. They would be out of the race if they lose on Thursday.
I'll say this.
It would take them winning the rest of their games to get in.
If they lose on Thursday and then have losses to, just in the NFC, the Eagles and the Packers twice, and I guess they haven't played the Rams or Seattle yet.
They'll have to beat the Rams to get into the playoffs.
I'm just going to say this. If they lose to the Eagles on Thursday,
the Packers.
Yes, the Packers. Most of my faith in this season is gone. And I'm going to start really staying up at night thinking about the NFC Championship from 23, thinking about
that's the
part
games
where
from
I'm 24.
I've been seeing this window is closed conversation.
No, I don't think the window's
right
closed. I don't think the window's closed. They can bounce back very easily next season.
Right. And even if you want to have that conversation in the offseason, if you feel that way, then sure. But
we're not doing that right now.
To do that in week 12, yeah, I mean I've been seeing a lot of that as well. That's the stuff that frustrates me. Like you said, you can have concerns, you can not feel confident, you can say that if they lose to Green Bay, the season's over. They haven't played Green Bay yet. So why are we saying the season's over in the third quarter against the Giants?
Sure. I'm with you. But can I tell you something? I think you read a little bit too much into what people are saying on Twitter during these games.
I just like to know like the people that listen to our show are the Lions fans, correct?
Yeah.
I'd like to know what the Lions fans are thinking. And I think a lot of Lions fans are thinking that super negative thoughts.
Or are those just the people you see on Twitter, which is a fake space, which I need to remind myself about.
It's the people you see on Twitter. It's the people that are in your own group chats with you. It's people in your family group chats. It's the people you're going to talk to in Thanksgiving and your family Thanksgiving feast.
But what other reaction are you supposed to have when all of a sudden the Lions are down 2 scores and Jameis Winston's carving them up in the first quarter?
You talked about a week ago. Just beat the Giants. No matter what it takes, just beat the Giants, and then we'll see what happens on Thanksgiving.
That's what I said on Friday. It's what I still say today. It wasn't a pretty win. It was a win nonetheless. You beat Green Bay. Yesterday's forgiven. Not forgotten, but forgiven. 989-837-6125. Let's actually hit the news when we come back. This is the Ben Bosscher Show here live on 100.9 The Mitt. The 10 o'clock hour, as always, is brought to you by Corning, a global leader in material science right here in Midland. From the glass in your smartphones to innovations that power clean energy and advanced medicine, Corning is shaping the future, but it's not just about the technology. It's also about the people. Corning invests in the community, supports local schools, and creates opportunities close to home. With a legacy of innovation and commitment to what's next, Corning is proud to call Midland a part of its story. Corning, creating life-changing innovations, one breakthrough at a time.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mitt.
From the depths of the ocean to the farthest reaches of space, Corning's technologies push the boundaries of what's possible. We're the world's leading innovator in glass and ceramic science, and we're innovating right here in Michigan. Corning's solar wafer site in Hemlock is helping guarantee American energy security. We're investing in our local Michigan communities. That's why Corning is a proud sponsor of the Great Lakes Loons. Learn more about Corning today at corning.com.
Something's in the water.
Dude, it's in your mouth.
I can't see it, but I feel it.
This summer, from the people who brought you floss and fluoride, gum disease, the silent bite.
Ah! Why didn't anyone warn me?
We did. At Scott Family Dental, you may not see the problem, but we can. No insurance contracts and a team that treats you like family.
So no jaws, just gentle cleanings?
Exactly. But skip your checkup and you might need a bigger toothbrush.
Scott Family Dental. Catch the problems before they bite. Book now at scottfamdental.com.
We're in your town, your school, your huddle. 100.9 The Mitt is here for sports fans in the Great Lakes Bay region. From the hardwoods of Saginaw to Midland's Friday Night Lights. From the streets of Bay City to Freeland, Frankenmuth, and Hemlock. We roll through Beaverton, Auburn, Pinconning, Essexville, and Shepherd. All the way to Gladwin, Birch Run, Coleman, and Bridgeport. This is your sports station. High school, college, NFL, the Loons. It's all right here. 100.9 The Mitt, Mid-Michigan sports leader.
Happy Thanksgiving week from all of us to all of you. From me, even from Timmy the Turkey. It's that time of year for me and Timmy.
This is the team, you guys. It's so awesome.
We'll spend a week together until he's in me. When I eat him, first I stuff him. There's a spoiler. Say Happy Thanksgiving, Timmy. Don't be a sourpuss.
I'm sorry, he's in a mood. Happy Thanksgiving from the Mitt. You want sports takes? You want local voices that own the mic?
Yeah.
We've got them. On Sports Radio 100.9 The Mitt. It kicks off at 6 a.m. with Anthony Bellino on Spin on Sports.
Rise and shine.
From 9 to noon, don't miss Michigan's newest sports show, The Ben Bosscher Show.
Hey, remember that.
At noon, you get America's smartest sports takes, The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
I want Shador to play.
And at 3, the one and only Bill Simonson and The Huge Show. This is where real fans stay locked in. 100.9 The Mitt.
He got it! That's 3 of them!
The Great Lakes Bay region's home for Spartans basketball.
MSU is 5-0 heading to the Fort Myers Classic. Tuesday afternoon ball against East Carolina out of the American Conference. Coverage Tuesday at 1 p.m. presented by Weiss Equipment.
Every MSU game all season long.
It's so fun to hear people chanting.
Right here on Sports Radio 100.9.
The Mitt.
The Mitt.
When it comes to a gun suicide attempt, all it takes is a moment.
Heather and I had an argument just like any other couple. I was lost. I had snapped. I had a gun and I was going to take my own life. Heather helped me realize that there was still a life to live for the better of myself, my family. My weapon is now safely put away.
A moment of crisis can happen to anyone. Store your guns, locked, unloaded, and away from ammo. Hear more safe stories at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by Brady and the Ad Council.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mitt.
(989-837-6125). Welcome back in. Thanks for listening. If you haven't liked and subscribed on YouTube yet, go ahead and do that for us here at 100.9 The Mitt. If you are enjoying the show, Kyle, hit us with the news.
The Mitt's Morning Catch.
Yep, it's time for the Mitt Morning Catch. Excited to be here to give everybody the news from the weekend because we had a ton of stuff going on. First off, let's take a look at the community calendar, as always presented by Bresky Siding and Building Repair. We talked about a week ago how Northwood was in the playoffs at the D2 level. They had to face the number one ranked team, though, in all of D2, Ferris State.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, unfortunately, Northwood's season does come to an end. 65-14, the Bulldogs. Big win over there. But shout out to Northwood, though, for an awesome season.
I'd imagine Ferris is the favorite once again.
I mean, they were the number one team ranked, so I would assume that they're the favorite. Yeah, they're probably just going to win again.
The Dogs.
Okay, moving on. Obviously, last night we had Sunday Night Football going on. The Rams take over the NFC's top seed with the Eagles losing. No spoiler to probably around the league that we're going to do this week, but they now are the favorites to win the Super Bowl. And in that same exact game, Baker Mayfield leaves the game with a left shoulder sprain. So great for the Rams, bad news for the Bucs.
Wait, so they're not even just favorites to win the NFC? They are just straight Super Bowl favorites at this point?
They are Super Bowl favorites, correct.
It's not surprising. They get after the quarterback. Stafford's playing the best football of his entire career. He's got 30-plus touchdowns.
He has 30 on the dot, yeah.
30 touchdowns. Next guy has like 22.
And he's got 2 picks.
2 picks. The list of quarterbacks to complete seasons with 30 touchdowns and 5 or less interceptions. Lamar Jackson, Tom Brady, Drew Brees, and then Aaron Rodgers has done it like 3 times.
Yeah, Rodgers did.
Stafford has
a ton.
2. He's the MVP favorite. Yeah. It's a 2-man race.
I hope he wins it, man. Like, I know your boy Drake May, obviously you love him and everything.
No, Stafford, after last night on primetime, like, it was a 2-man race. Now it's Stafford's to lose, I think.
Yeah, Stafford has just been unreal. Another huge win for the Rams. I really thought that they were kind of due for a close game and the Bucs were due to keep it tight.
Their play on the 1-yard line of just letting Devontae Adams go one-on-one, that is typically the worst play in football when it's like, let's just do a goal line fade with our best receiver.
Or a slant to our best receiver.
I hate when teams do that. It's broken. He catches a touchdown on the 1-yard line every single week. It's their version of the tush push, and it works just as well.
As mentioned, the Eagles losing to the Cowboys. Dallas ties their largest comeback in team history with that walk-off win versus Philly. Dak also becomes the Cowboys' all-time leading passer in this game as well, so a really big day for the Dallas Cowboys.
He's the longest tenured quarterback in the NFL, right?
Yeah.
That's played for the same team?
Yep.
Yeah, it feels like yesterday I was watching this guy's rookie season. The fact that he's passing Romo, pretty good stuff. I'm surprised they haven't come back from a 21-0 lead before yesterday, but I'll say this. I took Dallas in spread picks, and I never felt like they were out of it. They went down early. A couple weird things happened, but
Philly kept making mistakes.
Yeah, I just held faith that they were going to come through the entire time, and boy, finally hit a parlay. That was due.
Really?
And I was, oh my God, I can't tell you how desperate I was to hit one of those. And Dallas ends up coming out on top, keeping their playoff hopes alive. Now it's like the battle of the 500 teams trying to stay above 500. Dallas and Kansas City on Thanksgiving. Should be a good one at 4:30.
Yeah, Dallas definitely is still in the mix. Obviously, they're not favorably in the mix by any means, but
they're not dead.
They're not dead, especially if Carolina, one of Carolina or San Francisco losing tonight helps them either way. So,
and they should probably just want it to be
San Francisco to lose.
Yeah, because that
to make it up in the air for anybody.
They should want San Fran to lose because I think Carolina's eventually just going to fade out. They've got a tough schedule to end the year. So, that would hurt them in the now, but I think it'd help them in the long term.
Right. So, we'll see. But yeah, that was an awesome game there. We got to talk about an awesome game as well that had a big-time moment and then a bad ending for another team. Shedeur Sanders shines in his first start. That's the ESPN headline this morning.
Oh, my God. No, it's not.
Shines in his first start. The Browns have yet to announce who their QB1 is going to be moving forward once Dylan Gabriel returns. But on the flip side, the Raiders, who lose again, fire Chip Kelly as the offensive coordinator this morning. Chip Kelly was the highest, or last night they did, highest paid coordinator in football. Gets fired.
Shines is crazy.
Is it good for Brock Bowers owners, hopefully, because I do have him.
I don't know how Chip Kelly incorporates the Brock Bowers, but I the word selection of shine is certainly one thing.
It's a pick.
He was 11 for 20, 209 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. I thought he was pretty mediocre.
I also saw he was the first. I wish I had this pulled up because I saw it during the broadcast yesterday, but he was the first Browns quarterback to win their first start. And think about how many Browns quarterbacks have made their first start.
Yeah, a zillion.
An absolute crap ton. It was the first one in like a crazy long time, which is hilarious because they've the amount of starting quarterbacks that they have. So,
see, I'm a Shedeur guy. I like Shedeur. I guess some of the stories that came out around the draft time were kind of like, whoa, I don't know if
stuff I think really flipped my opinion on him.
Yeah, I feel like there's been a lot of those type of moments, but it getting shoved down my throat, like, look, he threw a touchdown pass. Like, look at Myles Garrett's reaction. It's like, okay, man, he threw a deep pass. Like, this isn't like a crazy play. am I being a hater? Because I didn't think that deep touchdown, his first touchdown, when I had to see 1,000 angles of it and Deion Sanders' reaction of it and Myles Garrett on the side.
Yeah,
exactly. It was like a good play. It wasn't anything crazy.
No, it definitely was not anything crazy, but that's okay. Speaking of in that game, though, Myles Garrett, 3 more sacks. He's now up to 18 sacks on the season.
He's going to do it.
Pretty funny. Michael Strahan, obviously a part of the Fox crew during in-between games and stuff, he was the one that was talking about this with the Garrett sacks, and he goes, sack record, it was nice knowing you. And that's kind of how he introduced the Myles Garrett getting 3 sacks. So that was pretty funny.
Yeah, he's for sure getting this, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's only played 11 games this season, so they have 6 more games to go to get 6 sacks, right? 23.5 isn't the record?
Yes. Or is it? I think it's 22.5.
Might be 22.5. So, yeah, I mean, he got 3 yesterday, and he had 4 the week before.
So they play San Fran, Tennessee, Chicago, their next 3. Tennessee allows the most sacks in the NFL.
Oh.
Chicago, I mean, I feel like people are constantly pressuring quarterbacks, but Caleb's usually pretty good at getting out of them. I don't know if he's going to be able to outrun Myles Garrett. Yeah, this is totally on the table for him to break the record. I kind of want to see him do it. I like when records are broken.
Yeah, I do too. Hopefully he does it before the extra game too, because then people will just say, well, he had the extra game, so it doesn't really count. Okay, continuing more news. Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin says that Aaron Rodgers is expected to play versus the Bills next week. They had to start Mason Rudolph, a.k.a. you-know-who, and that didn't go so well for them, so Aaron Rodgers will return. Tough he didn't get to play against the Bears, man. That's like his favorite team to go against.
Yeah, it is. I'm glad he didn't play for them, because then now I got to root for the Steelers, like without any like conflicting interests. I don't know what I would have done if Aaron Rodgers was actually playing the Bears. It's like, well, we need the Bears to lose, but there's no way I can actually to get myself to consciously root for Aaron Rodgers. So back to rooting for both of their downfalls when we come back. I didn't think I would have to hate the Bears as much as I have to do the rest of the season. But they keep winning games, so now it's like they can't. This has to stop at some point.
It's the same thing where I said that like they're due to lose, but at some point you just do win the way that you win, and that's the way that they do it.
They grade out so terribly though in some of the DVOA stuff, the PFF.
And they still just have not played anyone, man.
No, nobody.
I can't I get it. Like it's just like the Patriots thing. It's like how can I? At some point, we can't flack them for beating the teams they play because they just win.
But the Patriots are like blowing teams out. The Bears, I don't even know what's going on.
They just win by 2 or 3 every single game.
Are they this year's Chiefs? They've got
They're
the voodoo
going to
magic.
the Super Bowl?
No, they've got the voodoo magic in the regular season though, and keep pulling out these 1-score wins.
Sure, I think in that perspective, I could agree with you there.
Maybe the better comparison is the 24 Vikings or 23 Vikings, whatever year that was.
Yeah, that definitely is the right one. Okay, last NFL news thing, and then we'll do a quick thing on the local teams here. Malik Neighbors yesterday, by the way, after the Giants game, went to Twitter and really went at his team about the play calling, about the decision to not take a field goal at the end of the game, kind of just aired out his frustrations via social media, and he quickly deleted those tweets, being he plays for the team that he was tweeting about.
Yeah, what's up with these Giants guys that are injured? Just, I don't know, with him and Scadaboo. What is Scadaboo doing now?
What is he on?
He's on a side quest like no other.
I mean, he was going to all the WWE fights, and
he's streaming constantly. I see the clips of that.
He shotgunned an energy drink on stream the other night, like something crazy.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, man. I do not want anybody on my team. Anybody, whether it's a star running back. No, streaming's one thing. Whether it's a star running back, quarterback, I don't want them drinking anything, let alone a Reign energy drink or whatever it was, out of a shoe. That's insane.
Oh, yeah, he poured it in his shoe. That's right.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, that's really
gross.
It's
also like that. No.
All right, we'll save the rest of the news for later.
All right, 989-837-6125. It's the Ben Bosscher Show live here on 100.9 The Mitt. Hey, if your washer's down, dryer's down, you got to get your heating unit up.
Yeah, if you got to pour water or in your shoe and your shoe's all messed up, can't use a washer.
Well, I don't. Yeah, if that's the case, call Mr. Appliance, your go-to fast, reliable home appliance repair right here in Midland. From refrigerators and ovens to washers and dryers and more, they'll get you back up and running. Upfront pricing, friendly techs, and dependable service you can trust. Need help at home or at your business? Mr. Appliance is just a call or a click away. Keep your home running smoothly with Mr. Appliance. Schedule service today at MrAppliance.pro. I had no idea where you were going with the shoe thing. I was like, I don't think they're here to fix your shoes.
No, but if your washer's down and you got to wash your shoe because you poured an energy drink in it,
That's, what?
Get it fixed.
Cam Scadaboo, call MrAppliance.pro. This is the Ben Bosscher Show live here on the Met.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mitt.
Ugh, the outside of my house needs a total makeover. The siding is faded, the gutters are falling off, and the roof is leaking.
What is that falling from the sky?
Super Bresky!
Who are you?
Super Bresky!
Excuse me?
I'm here to tell you, Bresky Siding and Building Repair can fix your house in no time. All you have to do is call my dad, and your house will look as good as new.
Call me, Derek Bresky, at Bresky Siding and Building Repair today.
From making athletic footwear stronger and lighter to powering the future of electric racing vehicles, material science and R&D are the MVPs of innovation. At Dow, we collaborate with customers and partners to tackle a wide range of sports product challenges with cutting-edge advancements in technology. Dow's innovations can help to improve performance and sustainability throughout the world of sports. Dow, at the intersection of sports and science.
Hi, this is Jim Mahoney with Link Technologies. If you are a business or a nonprofit organization wondering how to navigate today's technologies landscape, let Link Technologies' talented staff work with you to develop a technology plan custom to your specific needs. We bring 27 years of experience helping businesses and nonprofit organizations just like yours achieve their technology goals. Contact us today and see how the right balance between cloud and on-premise resources can best work for you.
A beautiful yard increases both the value of your home and the quality of your life. Commercially, landscaping creates a positive impression of your professionalism and commitment to community, customers, and employees. Cervinsky Sod has been creating and maintaining outdoor spaces for 56 years. Whether your project is residential or commercial, the team at Cervinsky Sod Services will work with you to build and meet budgets and finish the job with top quality and in a timely manner. To get a quote, call 989-835-4810 or visit CervinskySodService.com.
Hey, did you guys catch anything yet?
Not a thing.
Ah, bummer, neither have we. I'm actually just about to head into town. I'm going to go into Higher Standards Automotive. They got this award-winning service department with amazing technicians and this large parts department in case I want to fix it myself. They got the part there.
Whatever.
No, I'm serious, man. It's out there.
Yeah, just like when you tried to convince me Bigfoot was real.
Ray?
Bigfoot's behind me, isn't he?
Yeah, we got it. Run! Stop into Higher Standards Automotive, North Eastman Road in Midland, right past the mall.
Scrolling? Make it count. Want local sports content that actually matters?
Yeah.
100.9 The Mitt is loaded with local highlights, viral plays, breaking sports news, and takes you can't get enough of. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube today, and you'll never be out of the loop on the Lions, Tigers, Pistons, Red Wings, Michigan State, and even the biggest stories in high school sports in the Great Lakes Bay region. 100.9 The Mitt, Mid-Michigan's sports leader.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in Michigan. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the MHSAA and the Michigan Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mitt.
(989-837-6125). Welcome back into the Ben Bosscher Show. All right, let's take a time out, take a trip around the league.
It's time to zoom out and go around the league.
All right, Kyle.
Yeah.
I don't know. You left me in the dark on this one.
I did.
You threw in a link. I don't know if I'm supposed to click it or not. Take this thing away because I have
Do not click that link.
Don't click the link. Looks like an ESPN link.
All right. Yeah, we're reacting to, of course, another just lovely ESPN article today. Judging the biggest overreactions for Week 12 NFL games, They do these every week, and usually I look at them, and I'm like, okay, yeah, these are all overreactions. They're all dumb. No need to look at it.
Okay.
Today, I think they're a bit juicy, so that's why I decided to go with it. Number 1, overreaction, underreaction, no reaction.
This is so a Shador one, isn't it?
He's in here, but it's not number 1.
Okay.
The Vikings will have a new starting quarterback in 2026. This is a good one.
I think they're going to bring in competition. He's going to have a chance to win the starting job, but I think it'd be pretty disgraceful to your franchise, to Justin Jefferson, to your fans, if you just ran it back with like JJ and Max Brosburn. We're like, hey, This is JJ's job. You got to bring in some competition, because what we're seeing from JJ on a down-and-down basis, I saw a stat. Let me find this one because I don't want to mess this up, but this was pretty damning on behalf of JJ McCarthy. I saw one that since 2000, his EPA per dropback ranks, here it is. This is from Danny Heifetz from The Ringer. JJ McCarthy now ranks 851 out of 852 in EPA per dropback amongst qualified quarterbacks since 2000 per True Media. The only quarterback below McCarthy is the one and only Jamarcus Russell. That is disastrous
Any
stuff.
stat. I mean, you could give any stat ever when it's just Jamarcus Russell's the only one worse than you.
Bad stuff.
Right.
From J.J. McCarthy. So
well,
I don't think this is an overreaction.
Right. When you compare it as well to see like what the Indianapolis Colts did, giving up on your top 5, top 10 picked quarterback in year 3.
It doesn't have to be the worst thing ever.
It's not like, obviously it sucks to swallow that pill, but like, look how the Colts are doing right now. You know, it's worked out for them. And so even you see it with Trey Lance, it's like that guy never worked out in San Francisco. Like sometimes you just have to realize we have to punt on this and go for something else. With the quarterback coach that O'Connell is, what he did with Darnold.
And that defense.
Right. Like you can't sit here and wait around for McCarthy to figure things out.
No, you're going to really piss off Justin Jefferson if that's
I
if
will
that's
say,
the
though,
case.
I think right now it's an overreaction.
I don't think it is.
Give it a couple more weeks.
I thought you were going to say 2025. And I was like, I hope not, because if he gets benched at any point, I owe one guy a good amount of money. God,
I
can't
do, yeah.
No, it's that he would get benched. He hasn't gotten benched yet.
But it's because they don't have a backup.
I know. I'm lucking out.
Yeah. If they had any sort of veteran backup, he would have gotten benched. Bring back Josh Dobbs.
Like Carson Wentz?
Right, like Carson Wentz. Okay, next one. The Texans will overtake the Colts and win the AFC South. Overreaction, underreaction, neither.
You said bring back Josh Dobbs. That's funny. The Texans are going to do it?
The Texans will overtake the Colts.
It seems like still a little bit too much work to be done, but I'm not ruling it out. I think for right now, I'm gonna steal your answer from the last one. That seems like an overreaction right now. Check back in in a couple weeks, because they still have to play twice, don't they?
They do.
Yeah.
And the Colts have to play the Jags twice.
This would be a pretty epic blown division lead, right?
It'd be epic.
Because if you just go 2-2 in those games and split both of them, you're probably still winning this division.
And then their other 2 games are Seattle and San Francisco.
Oh.
The Colts. Which, I think the Colts were good against Kansas City.
Where are
yesterday.
those games if you haven't
pulled
pulled up?
good. At Seattle versus San Francisco, and then obviously the Texans-Jags games are split. The fact that they haven't played either the Texans or the Jags, and they've already played the Titans twice, who made that schedule? I mean, what an odd way for their schedule to go this year.
Is it not concerning that this team just stopped playing in the fourth quarter, though? Yesterday against the Chiefs?
I thought they had this game in the bag.
They did. It was, 20-9?
With Taylor not even having a humongous breakout game or anything.
It was 20-9, and then they just stopped being able to get first downs.
Right.
And Kansas City did Kansas City stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's still a little bit of an overreaction, but it's not off the table that the Colts end up blowing this division.
Right.
And I said going into the year, I think the Texans, is it pretty well established after last Thursday Night Football against the Bills that the Texans have the best defense, at least in the AFC? With Surtain out, at least?
Yeah, with the Broncos, with no Surtain. Yeah.
That pass rush is insanity.
They're top 2, for sure. They're a top 5 defense in the league, too.
Oh,
for sure.
Without a doubt.
You have Rams and Eagles in the NFC, and then, obviously they're in that mix, too. So
in Seattle.
Yeah,
I'd throw Seattle in there, too. But the pass rush that Houston brings is, That's not normal. You're not supposed to have two pass
exactly.
rushers like that.
All right, fun one for you here next. Overreaction or not? Caleb Williams and the Bears are going to be a tough postseason out.
Overreaction. I feel like a total Bears hater, and I'm not trying to be, but they have to beat somebody good before I'm ready to anoint them a winner in a playoff game. Usually there's
But
one.
they might be at home, and they have one of the better home field advantages.
I don't care.
They have one of the better home field advantages for this time of year. You know, in the cold, not many teams play in the cold in the playoffs.
Do they? With Caleb Williams, like, does Caleb Williams, if it's snowing
But
and
if you're
raining,
playing
get
the
to
Lions in Soldier Field to open up the playoff game, like
I think that would favor the Lions.
In the cold?
Oh yeah. Do you think? Let me ask you this: if it's
Right.
cold and slippery on that grass field, does Caleb Williams get to run around and play Houdini behind the line of scrimmage, flipping around his shoulders, trying to turn off his back? I think he's slipping. Like, I don't think he's able to do that stuff.
Probably
in the cold weather. Look, I think this Bears team is good, but I think they're the best bad team. Actually, you know what? They've graduated from being a good bad team. They're just a bad good team in my opinion.
I'd say that's you got to flip it. Yeah.
So I don't think they're a tough out.
Still
Usually
have to play the
there's
Packers twice, Lions, 49ers, and Eagles.
and Caleb Williams just hasn't been that great this season. He just hasn't. They're winning games, but he's not like the reason that they're winning all these games. I'm sorry, he's just not.
Right. Any guesses on what the Bears' point differential is this season?
-1.
-3.
Yeah, I knew it was like negative.
Yet they're 8-3.
Yeah, it's
obviously.
crazy.
I mean, the blowout loss to the Lions definitely is what's holding them.
Yeah,
back
but
there.
still, 8-3 and you have a negative. I don't care if
How does
one.
that make any sense? Yeah. Okay,
'Cause
two
they're
more
not
here.
good. That's why.
Actually, we'll go 3 more because I have a fun one for you too. I know you'll love this one. The Bengals' season is over with or without Joe Burrow.
Yeah, they're 3-8. They're not winning anything this season, even if they
Could go
ran.
9-8.
But they're not going to. You know what's funny? Do you know how many points per game they're averaging right now with Joe Flacco as their quarterback?
Like, it's got to be probably like 20.
27. How much better can that really be when Joe Burrow gets back into the mix? What, they're going to average 30? Guess what? Their defense still allows 32 points a game. Like,
I will say
Joe Burrow's
their
not
defense
fixing this season.
Their defense made a play against Drake May yesterday. You know, like, got to give him that.
I don't care, man.
Pick 6.
He's not. They're not doing anything this year. I think if Burrow
They
was
put up
healthy
a much
all
better
year
fight
long
yesterday without Jahmyr Chase and Burrow than I thought they would, though.
I think if Joe Burrow played all year long, this team still has the exact same destiny. Maybe they have a couple more wins, but they don't have the offensive line and they don't have the defense to hold up.
I mean, they were 2-0 when Burrow went down, though. You know,
2-0.
And then they proceeded to lose 4 straight because they aired out the worst quarterback we've seen in the NFL this year, and Jake Browning, almost as bad as 9.
Almost as bad. Who were their first 2 wins of the year?
Browns, Jags.
Ooh. No, I don't think they're.
Yeah, I know. I'm with you. They're not making. Yeah, their season's over. I don't really get bringing back Joe Burrow, but I guess it's good for us NFL watchers to watch Bengals Ravens on Thursday. Hopefully Burrow plays. Okay, 2 more. Here's your one you've been waiting for. The Browns should let Shedeur Sanders start the rest of their games this season.
Yeah.
I don't really know why that's like an overreaction or underreaction. but
what?
They
I didn't
should
even
do
know
this.
Dylan Gabriel was hurt. I just thought they benched him.
Right?
I didn't even know that.
Believe he's hurt, yeah.
I just thought he was done and he was bad. But apparently not. Yeah, he should start the rest of the year. You got to know. You got to know.
Yeah.
It's going to be a distraction if he goes back to the bench. So just let him start.
All right, handcrafted one here. Overreaction or not? This is from Noah in the YouTube chat. He's been throwing it out there all day. I gotta give it to him. JSN is the best wide receiver in the league.
No. He's having the best season, but he's not the best receiver in the league. I still think Jahmyr and Justin Jefferson are so levels above everybody else. Are you with me?
Yeah, I think so too.
Who would be third?
Could be third though. I mean,
I think he might be.
He might be third.
CeeDee
Lamb has not really had the year that you'd love.
CeeDee Lamb has had one incredible season, and he's been really good all the other years. But Amon-Ra's had 3 incredible seasons. JSN is putting together his first incredible season.
Neighbors was on his way to potentially be in that mix before he got hurt. Puka Nacua is still in that mix.
I kind of think Adams has surpassed
Adams
Puka Nacua.
What?
I mean, Adams was the best receiver in the NFL a few years
still
back.
Catches 1,000 catches a game.
Adams is funny, too, because it's like he was the best receiver in the NFL by somewhat of a wide margin when he was with Rodgers. He goes to Carr, kind of falls off. He goes back to Rodgers. It's like, yeah, like
team stinks.
Team stinks. Adams is 30-plus years old now. Like, that's kind of the end of it. And now he just looks like prime Devontae Adams again with Stafford. Mm-hmm. He's 33 or 32. I think he is 33 and looks like the best, like one of the 3 best receivers in football. Pickens has kind of solidified himself as one of these top guys, too.
Is Pickens about to get, like, the duffel bag this offseason from somebody, or does he just get tagged by
I think
Dallas?
he gets tagged. I think there's no way you can trade for him and then let him walk.
And I don't know who's paying for him. Like, going to be a crazy contract for him anyways, you know?
Yeah. Those are probably all like the top guys. But I still think Justin Jefferson and Jahmyr Chase are just so levels above everybody else. They just don't have great quarterback situations. So, unfortunate. All right, 989-837-6125. This is the Ben Bosscher Show. More stocks when we come back here on 100.9 The Mitt. Before you go, let me tell you about our friends over at Tommy Express Car Wash. If you're headed out of town this weekend, go give your car the glow up it deserves at Tommy's Express Car Wash. Fast, friendly, and freakishly good at cleaning. Was there on Friday. Roll in dirty, roll out sparkling. It is in fact that easy. High-tech wash tunnels, eco-friendly soaps, and a ride that looks showroom fresh in just a few minutes. Sign up for their unlimited club. Wash as often as you want because clean cars just drive a little bit better. No appointments, no nonsense, just clean, quick, and kind of addictive. Tommy's Express Car Wash because your car called and it is begging for this. Locations in Midland, Saginaw, and Flint.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mitt.
Broken appliance? Don't panic. Call Mr. Appliance. With a 4.9-star Google rating, our expert service professionals deliver speedy service with a 1-year done-right promise, so you can count on long-lasting repairs. We treat your home or business with care, no mess, and no trace left behind. Ask about our appliance wellness program to keep things running smoothly year-round. Visit us online at MrAppliance.com for easy online scheduling and local contact information. Mr. Appliance, speedy, trusted, guaranteed.
The new rebranded Matt Smith Modern Realty.
Well, Matt Smith Outdoors was really reflective of how I started my real estate journey, taking my outdoor experience, moving that into the real estate space to help people buy and sell land. So many people in this region ended up calling me and wanting me to work with them to help them buy and sell homes. This new brand was more reflective of what I'm delivering to people in this region every day.
Midland Eye Care wants you to know, according to a recent study conducted by the AOA, the Optical Laboratories Association, and the Vision Council, nearly half of all glasses ordered online had either prescription errors or failed to meet minimum safety standards. Midland Eye Care offers a full-service optical department meeting all your eye care needs. So call your local Midland Eye Care and avoid incorrect prescriptions costing you time and money. Midland Eye Care, your vision source on Eastman Road in Midland, on Cedar and Gladwin, and on East Washington and Freeland.
Now that's the sound of the season. Hey Midland, if you're looking to score big on holiday cheer, head to the Midland Area Santa House.
That's right. I'm Sharon Mortensen with the Midland Area Community Foundation. The Santa House opens December 2nd through December 23rd on the corner of M20 and Main Street in downtown Midland. It's completely free to visit, and it's made possible by community members just like you.
Free to visit, full of magic, and you can even volunteer as one of Santa's elves.
We'd love your help spreading holiday cheer. Bring your smile, your spirit, and join in the fun.
Make memories, share joy, and celebrate the season at the Midland Area Santa House. Learn more at midlandfoundation.org.
Merry Christmas!
Market's down. Estate planning struggling. The economy's in a whirlwind.
What's the play, Coach?
Call Doug Cellini.
Hi, I'm Doug Cellini, financial advisor with Kingsview Partners in Midland. When the market's blitzing and your finances are on defense, I'll help you call the right place, keeping your goals and best interests first.
That's a championship plan right there.
Let's build your game plan today. Call me, Doug Cellini, at 989-214-4444. That's 989-214-4444.
At Aird Insurance Group, they're more than just policies. They're your trusted partners in protecting what matters most.
Whether it's auto, home, life, or business insurance, their team takes the time to understand your needs and find the best coverage for your unique situation.
With personalized service and unbeatable rates, Aired Insurance Group makes protecting your future easy.
Call Aired Insurance Group today and see why their clients trust them to keep them covered.
Aired Insurance Group.
The experience matters.
I'm Ben Bosscher, and here's what I think. I think we're nearing the end of the Jonathan Smith era at Michigan State. I think Scott Harris trading for a half dozen pitchers at the trade deadline is officially a failure considering how the season ended. I think the Detroit Lions are going to give the Packers an astronomical revenge whooping on Thanksgiving later this year. And I think you should listen to The Ben Bosscher Show, weekdays from 9 to noon, presented by Bresky Siding and Building Repair, if you agree or disagree with anything I just said.
When you want NFL football on the radio,
It is another defensive touchdown. Wow, he got hammered, dude.
you know where to turn.
Let's go. Come on.
This week is no different.
Somebody go make a play. We can never lose our competitiveness.
Thursday night football is here.
Thanksgiving Day features 3 NFL games, including Lions and Packers from Ford Fields. Coverage at 1 on Thanksgiving, presented by Ace Hardware, downtown Midland.
Right here on Sports Radio 100.9, The Mitt. We're in your town, your school, your huddle. 100.9 The Mitt is here for sports fans in the Great Lakes Bay region. From the hardwoods of Saginaw to Midland's Friday Night Lights. From the streets of Bay City to Freeland, Frankenmuth, and Hemlock. We roll through Beaverton, Auburn, Pinconning, Essexville, and Shepherd. All the way to Gladwin, Birch Run, Coleman, and Bridgeport. This is your sports station. High school, college, NFL, the Looms. It's all right here. 100.9 The Mitt, Mid-Michigan sports leader.
When it comes to a gun suicide attempt, all it takes is a moment.
My son, Ricky, took his life by the use of a firearm. It broke me, and I contemplated suicide. My grandson, I was gonna have to be here for him. I still own my firearm. I keep it in a safe because I want to keep my grandson and myself safe.
Store your guns, locked, unloaded, and away from ammo. Hear more safe stories at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by Brady and the Ad Council.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mitt.
All right. Let's now that we have a little bit more time, let's do our stock market exchange for real. We sold stock on turkey.
Cranberry sauce. Bought stock on dressing.
And did we do actually any real sports?
You did Thanksgiving football games.
Oh, yeah. I did the Thanksgiving slate because all the games are really good.
Right.
And okay, you go first.
You know what? I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving.
The stock market.
Okay, we were talking about the Bears in the last segment. I'm actually going to sell stock on selling Bears stock.
What?
Like, you're no longer allowed to sell stock on the Bears. We've sold it too many times where you can't sell anymore. So I'm selling stock on selling their stock. I'm doing a double entendre here. Because they just continue to win games, man. Like, at some point, this is just their thing. And you can't sell it now because we've already sold all of it. We didn't have any more to sell. So that's what I'm doing.
Fair enough. All right. I'm going to sell my stock on trick plays. That wasn't very fun. Usually the Lions are the ones that are running and executing the trick plays. Yesterday,
that sucked.
Yesterday it was them on the receiving end of it. I didn't enjoy that whatsoever, at all. And Thomas Harper made a good point on the sideline. He's like, "You guys want us to play the run?" He was, animatedly telling his coaches, like, "I'm trying to stop the run." Fair point. And Calvin Shepard was like, "Yeah, that is what we coach you to do." So they got the Lions pretty good on those trick plays.
They were good trick plays. But they also were almost both blown up. Like, the Lions were a second away from blowing both of those plays up. They just barely got them off. So, tough. Okay, we did a little Thanksgiving thing. I'm going to talk about the Thanksgiving game again. But I'm buying stock on the Ford Field employees. What a stretch of days they have coming up this weekend, man. Thanksgiving's supposed to be relaxing time for everyone. Chill out, watch football. Not for the people that work at Ford Field, man. You got Lions on Thursday. You got high school football championships Friday. MSU versus Maryland is there on Saturday. And then more high school football championships on Sunday. Just a crazy 4-day stretch for those people. I'm buying stock on them because they are about to put in that work.
Not bad. Not bad. I'm going to sell my Shedeur Sanders stock. I didn't think he was very good yesterday. They just happened to be playing a crappy team and won the football game. But I don't know. Some of the post-game stuff, he's like, this is who I am. Like, everybody wanted me to fail. I don't know. I don't know if anyone's sitting here like wanting you to fail, dude. I think he's just like in his own head.
No, I think a lot of people are wanting him to fail, actually.
Really?
For sure.
All right, then I guess this one doesn't apply.
But I'm not one of them, so whatever. I'm kind of with you though on a sell of Shedeur. I'm just selling. I did this earlier this year too, and I'm going to do it again. I'm selling stock on backup quarterbacks coming off of a win. So Davis Mills, if he runs it back again, Shedeur, Kirk Cousins, who picked up a win this week, all those guys, I might bet against all of them this week if they're starting quarterbacks next week.
So we're taking the Niners next week.
Yep. Whoever the Falcons play, I'm taking them.
We're taking you want to bet on the Jets? That's kind of another backup quarterback.
Crap.
That's kind of another backup, so that one doesn't really count.
But not a backup that got a win, though. It's got to be coming off of a win.
True.
So that's why I'm not betting on Denthead, because they didn't get a win. A lot of backup quarterbacks are playing this week.
Yeah.
And does Flacco count? I know they weren't coming off a win, but is he a backup quarterback?
No,
I
he's
don't
a
think
starter.
he really counts.
He's a starter. All right, I'm going to buy stock just a little bit. Hear me out. I'm going to buy stock on Jahmyr Gibbs becoming the greatest running back of all time.
Okay.
44 touchdowns in 2.5 seasons. That's insane. If he gets 3 more touchdowns this year, he ties Barry Sanders for the most touchdowns of anybody before turning 24 years old. Newsflash, he is going to score 3 more touchdowns this season. He's already tied with Randy Moss for the second most ever. He's passed guys like Emmitt Smith, Jim Brown. He is going to have the record for the most touchdowns before the age of 24. So before he does that, I would like to just buy a little bit of stock that he ends up being the greatest running back of all time.
You see, the issue is, now that you've thrown this out there, there's no other, we can't say anything else about Jahmyr Gibbs because you've already tagged him as the greatest running back of all time.
No, I did not. I said I am buying just a little bit of stock.
The next time he has a good
happening.
game, now what do we say? He could be the greatest human being in history of the earth.
This is the equivalent of putting together a plus 9,000, a plus 20,000 parlay.
200,000.
Yeah.
Best ever?
Yeah. And you just putting like 5 cents on it. That's what I just did.
He could be the greatest athlete in the history of sports.
No, that's not what I'm buying stock
that's what
on.
we have to go to next because there's no level up from saying he could be the best running back ever.
He'd be the best football player ever, but I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think he's going to be the best running back ever, but if he does, I'd like to have a sliver of stock so I get to be rich and go retire on an island.
Sure.
When he does.
That's fair. Okay.
Some of the plays he's making yesterday, I can't believe it. Never seen anything like it.
I got one more here, and this one is going to hopefully John is listening on his way back to New York, by the way.
We sent him home.
Yeah. His Giants almost won. Get out of here. And it's about his Giants.
No, it was actually a loser leaves town match for the Mitt. If the Giants would have lost, it would have been the John Macari show.
Yes, we would have.
With Brad Tunney.
Giants would have won. You and I are gone.
Out of jobs.
Okay, I'm going to buy stock on the Giants. Actually,
Why?
I think they'll be fine next year. Everybody's hurt. Like next year, you got Dart, you got Neighbors, you got Scattaboo. You have a good pass rush. You're going to have the bet. They're the worst team in the league, so you're going to have a top 3 pick, and you don't have to take one of these quarterbacks that are going to get picked early that probably aren't going to be any good because who even knows who the top quarterback is this year. You're going to get to take the best overall player in the draft probably with your pick. Like I think the Giants are low-key in a solid spot going forward. You get a brand new head coach, too, that you get to figure things out with.
That's what I was just about to ask. I don't know if I can get behind this until I know who their head coach is.
Right, but
who is it?
I don't know, but
that's problem.
Assuming they hired the right coach.
That's a very dangerous assumption for any of the 2 New York football teams.
Really good point.
Who do the Giants fans even want? I have no idea. Nick Saban?
No clue.
Bill Belichick?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't hate that one. I'm going to sell stock on Joe Burrow. Comes back on Thanksgiving. I don't think he's going to make that big of a difference. I still think they lose on Thursday.
What type of fit you think he's about to pull up in, though?
Just the most egregious
He is about to rock
print.
some crazy Thanksgiving. No, like turkey print.
No, he's rocking up in like all white. Where is that game? Is that I think it's at M&T.
Let me check.
It's in Baltimore. I'd also like to very quickly before this segment ends buy Piston stock in the middle of their 12-game win streak. That seems ridiculous. They're going 3-4 at the worst this week. Just throwing that out there.
3-4.
3-1. Sorry.
Okay.
They've got 4 games this week. 3-1 at the worst, in my opinion. 989-837-6125. This is the Ben Bosscher Show live here on 100.9. The Mitt. Don't go anywhere. 11 o'clock hour on the way here on YouTube and 100.9 The Mitt.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mitt.
Near, on the wall, whose house is the nicest on the block of the mall?
Not yours.
What do you mean?
Your siding is faded, your gutters are falling off, and you have shingles missing. I suggest you call Bresky Siding and Building Repair.
I'm going to call Bresky Siding and Building Repair right now. Near, on the wall, now whose house is the nicest of them all?
Yours is, kind sir. Yours is.
Call me, Derek Bresky, at Bresky Siding and Building Repair today.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Ace Hardware and Sports in downtown Midland has some extra savings for rewards members this month. The leaves are falling down. Make the cleanup easier on yourself. Save $20 instantly on select Craftsman V20 brushless outdoor power equipment kits. Select Milwaukee Power Tools, buy one, get one free, including the brushless drill and impact driver kit. And a steal of a deal on an Ace gift card. Free $10 gift card when you buy a $50 gift card.
Hey, sports fans heading up north, whether you're gearing up for the big game, hosting friends, or winding down after a long day, Hops and Schnapps is your ultimate beverage destination. With one of the largest selections of beer, wine, and spirits in Michigan featuring over 1,000 options from around the globe, we're your beverage experts. Plus, our friendly team is here to help you find the perfect pick. Visit us in Standish, Grayling, and Gaylord today. Hops and Schnapps, raise your glass, raise your spirits.
At First Class Epoxy Floor and Counter, floors don't just get coated, they get a makeover. Epoxy's so tough, it shrugs off spills, stains, and even your wildest dance moves. Garages, workshops, anywhere you want a floor that's smooth, shiny, and just a little bit sassy, they handle it all with style. No more boring floors. Get ready to impress everyone who walks through the door. Slide into durability and flair. First Class Epoxy Floor and Counter, where your floors get the VIP treatment they didn't know they needed.
Hey, I'm Ben Bosscher.
And I'm Kyle Sandel.
And the two of us are live every weekday on 100.9 The Mitt at 9 a.m. until noon, giving you opinions on the teams that you care about the most.
The Lions, Tigers, Red Wings, Pistons, those teams.
And a whole lot more. Whether we're breaking down a game from the night before, debating the biggest news from the day, or doing a draft or spread picks, we're always having fun. I mean, come on, it's our job to talk about sports. How could we not be having fun?
So if the big games aren't enough for you, if you're a real diehard fan, this show is going to be perfect for you. You can count on us to be your morning sports outlet every day.
The Ben Bosscher Show with Ben Bosscher and Kyle Sandel on 100.9 The Mitt.
Health concerns in high school sports go beyond physical injuries. The mental well-being of our young people is a hotter topic than ever before. The Michigan High School Athletic Association website has resources to help adults and students recognize potential problems and deal with them in a positive way. You can learn more about these mental health resources on the Health and Safety page of the MHSAA website. A message from the MHSAA promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
From the Blazy Electric Studios, this is Sports Radio 100.9 The Mitt, WLUN, Pinconning Bay City, Saginaw, Midland.
(989-837-6125). Welcome back into the show. 11 o'clock hour, as always, is brought to you by our friends over at Yater Insurance. Weird, odd, bizarre, disencouraging Lions win yesterday against the Giants, but a win nonetheless. My biggest takeaway, honestly, it's that I can't do it with the Dan Campbell lack of clock management anymore. And it's not probably what you thought I was going to say. Oh, the Giants team nearly beat the Lions in overtime. Look, guys, all that stuff can be corrected on Thursday. But my biggest big picture takeaway from a seasonal standpoint is once they get into the playoffs, if they get into the playoffs, I guess is where we kind of have to phrase that right now, or in this next big game, I'm losing trust on a week-to-week basis that Dan Campbell knows how to utilize his timeouts in each half. And yesterday, with the Lions, rather than calling one of their last timeout with 17 seconds left, they run and spike it. They burn 11 seconds off the clock. Then they just run a 6-yard arrow route to Gibbs. He gets out of bounds. And then they just settle for a field goal. And it's like, you just wasted your timeout. You could have had 17 seconds on the clock with no timeouts and tried to pick up chunk yards, get out of bounds, do something, take a shot down the field, score a touchdown. But instead, they burn the 11 seconds, spike it, and then don't even get to use their timeout because they spiked it with 7 seconds left on the clock. I thought that play made absolutely no sense. This is a week-to-week thing now where Dan Campbell doesn't necessarily utilize his timeouts to the best of his ability. It's a weird takeaway. It's probably not what you'd expect, but all the stuff with the Lions, letting the Giants hang around, and Jameis Winston throwing 280 yards or whatever, 300, no, it was way more than that, 350 yards, whatever it ended up being on the Lions, all that stuff, yeah, it's not great. I don't have a ton of worries about the secondary. If I have a ton of worries, it's about the pass rush not being able to get home to Jameis Winston all day long.
Yeah, I mean, that's got to be a major concern, especially with this Giants offensive line. It's not a great unit. It hasn't been for quite some time. They're always banged up as well. So, and Jameis Winston just isn't this incredibly mobile quarterback. And man, he just had all time to kind of move around and dance around and do what he wanted to in the pocket yesterday. Hutchinson comes up big late, but I've been seeing a little bit of impatience coming with Hutchinson, with some Lions fans as well.
Well, because the second he got paid, and I don't think these two things correlate, it's
just happened that way, yeah.
Yeah, the second he got paid, he's kind of disappeared. And he came up clutch yesterday,
totally.
The game-winning sack. He had a sack last week as well against Philly, but it's he hasn't been as dominant as he was for the first 6 weeks of the season, the first 9 weeks of the season.
Not at all. And I think that we discussed this last week. He for sure does get double-teamed and chipped a lot, and it's hard for him to make an incredible impact on the game, but it just felt like last year and even pre-injury last year and even the start of this season, he was much more impactful. There was just a lot more opportunity for him to be, wow, watch Hutchinson on this play. Even if he doesn't get the sack, it's the pressure stuff. It's Hutchinson made a big impact on that play where I'm zoned in on him. There's been drives, and especially yesterday, where it's I kind of forgot Hutchinson was on the field.
Right. Brian Branch is the one that's flying around that it's impossible to not notice.
Yeah,
Picks up another.
Used to be times where it was I'm just locked in on Hutchinson this entire defensive possession.
Yeah. Now you're just watching him get chipped, double teamed. By the way, we haven't brought this up yet. The Brian Branch, another unsportsmanlike conduct, roughing or not.
I thought
roughing.
That one was targeting. By the way,
I thought he should have been.
I thought he was going to get tossed. As soon as that happened, I was like, oh yeah, he's done.
This is it's inexcusable at this point. It's hurting the Lions all the time now. He has 7 of those penalties this season. It's not only
7 is crazy.
I think it's either 6 or 7. He is not just costing himself a ton of money. He's costing the Lions 15 yards. It feels like every game, every game, two of every 3 games. It's every week he just lays the thunder down on someone. And I respect the way he plays. It's physical. It's aggressive. He's hunting, but he's got to be careful on those. It's the play specifically when a receiver catches it and he's about to make a hit on them to try to jar the ball loose. It feels like every single week he's just trying to take somebody's head off. In the run game, I love it, but the defenseless receiver it's inexcusable.
And
at this point.
It's already one of those penalties that is, even if it doesn't feel like a penalty to most people's eyes, it could get called one. It's just that a defenseless receiver is always going to get the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
And so he's got to know. I mean, he has to know on some of these.
I love the aggression, but yeah. At some point you got to learn from your mistakes, and he's not learning from them at all right now. Defense or offense more concerning after yesterday?
Just after yesterday, or just now at this point in the season? Because obviously, based off of yesterday, I would say the defense is more concerning. But the defense has been very consistent up until yesterday's game. So
right.
I still
I was going to say, from a seasonal standpoint, I think it's the offense. From a yesterday standpoint, the defense had a worse outing.
Yes, it's still the offense because there was still a ton of pressure on Goff. There still seems to be at least one receiver a game, and by one receiver a game, I mean either St. Brown or Jahmyr that just they struggle to get involved. No Jahmyr receptions yesterday. Like, we're doing that again? That's another thing we're doing?
Which you would think with no Laporta, that wouldn't really be a case anymore. Like, they'd both get their share of the offense.
Right.
Jahmyr getting 0 receptions. He did get 3 targets, though. But still, just bizarre.
Had the one that got called back as well on a big play.
By the way, Brock Wright over in yards just every week. That's just something we have to be locked in on.
What I was going to say, though, is exactly what you brought up, and it's that the reason why I'm probably most concerned about the offense is I knew Sam Laporta's injury would, of course, be impactful to this offense. I think it's been more impactful than I thought it was going to be.
For sure.
His absence.
Yeah.
Like, they really miss him being out there in the middle of the field as a security blanket because now it is just St. Brown as that guy. And when St. Brown is having his issues catching the football, and it's easier for a defense to hone in on those middle of the field areas where they like to hang out, like without Laporta being there, it's tough.
Yeah, we always bring up, I mean, this season's been a little different, but Amon-Ra's been so good at when he gets the ball thrown to him, he catches it. Laporta's the exact same way.
Right.
He does not drop the ball either. I can't, I don't have a drop off the top of my head that I can think of. I'm sure he has a drop in his career, but Laporta, if it hits his hands, he catches it every single time. And it's not even just the drops with St. Brown. His reception percentage is down 10 percentage points this season. Like, when he gets targeted, he's just not coming up with the ball as often as he was when in years past he's led the league amongst the receivers that actually get the ball at a high volume. Nobody catches more passes. They're always on the same page. And it's like 72% going into yesterday, but that's low for Amon-Ra St. Brown standpoint. Sam Laporta is one of those guys that on third down, if he gets the ball thrown to him, he's probably catching it.
Right.
So to not have that guy out there, and for Jameson Williams to not really be a part of the offense either, that was concerning.
And Gibbs catching 11 passes, that's cool and everything. It's also probably not ideal, Probably don't need him catching that many passes when he's already getting the football a ton. Obviously, you want to get him the ball as much as you can, but...
I was going to say, this was a debate going on in one of my group chats, hey, we're feeding Gibbs a little bit too much. No, we're not. I'm down with giving the ball to Gibbs 26 times a game. But a lot of them just felt like
dump-offs because there was nothing else there is what I mean.
And then he has the ability to break one loose at any point. I'm fine with that being a dump-off option.
The dump-off isn't the go-to thing every play,
No, you're right.
You're not running the play to, get it to Jahmyr Gibbs in the flats 2 yards out of the line of scrimmage. That's just the backup plan. And so it's a little, not having Laporta and stuff is why that has resulted in more of those.
It's a pretty good backup plan.
True.
He was the MVP yesterday. I know Bates hits the game-tying field goal to make it overtime possible. Hutch wins the game in overtime. But Gibbs, from just a viewership standpoint, he's the most electrifying back in the league. He's ripped that crown from Saquon Barkley. I'd say it's between him and Bijan, and I know, after week 4, Atlanta had a primetime game, and we anointed Bijan the best running back in the league. I don't know, man. Gibbs might take the cake at this point. I don't know how you could argue anybody else right now after the month that he's had.
Taylor?
Yeah, you're right.
The offensive player of the year?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it would have to be Taylor, but you'd want Gibbs from an age standpoint if you could pick any of them.
Hey, all I'm saying is, you know how we discussed that Taylor was the lock for offensive player of the year?
Is it closer than you would have thought?
It's closer than it is now.
For JSN?
For JSN, but Gibbs is third.
Okay, does Gibbs have a realistic chance of winning, or is he still plus 900?
He's plus 900 would be good. He's plus 3,000. But he's third.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy.
I mean, if he keeps getting a hat trick every week, you can't rule it out.
With the tough schedule for the Colts, yeah, but then you have JSN who's going crazy, so pretty good two-man race.
Yeah, pretty good two-man race, to say the least, for the offensive player of the year, which I think Gibbs is. Would you set it at minus odds he wins one at some point in his career?
Ooh, that's good. I mean, no, because I think that's kind of aggressive, but
if it's plus odds, I'm taking it.
Sure, then I guess yes.
Minus 110 that he wins an offensive player of the year at one point? Yeah.
I like that.
I can get behind that. All right, 989-837-6125. The game on Sunday, it matters. I'm not going to say it doesn't. But this game on Thursday, that is the big one. The season is on the line on Thursday. At least that's what I think. 989-837-6125. Life happens fast, and at Jahmyr Insurance Group, they're here to make sure you're covered every step of the way. Locally owned and trusted in Midland for decades, they treat you like family, not just another policy number. From home and auto to business and life insurance, Jahmyr has the right coverage for every stage of life. Their team makes insurance simple with expert advice and real people you can actually talk to. Jahmyr Insurance Group, they'll be there when you need them since 1940.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mitt.
Since 1940, Jahmyr Insurance Group has been a trusted friend to generations of your neighbors in the Great Lakes Bay region and across the country. Proudly representing auto owners insurance, we're licensed in nearly every state, so no matter where life takes you, we got you covered. And because we're an independent insurance agent, we don't believe in one size fits all. We work for you to find coverage that fits your life, your family, and your business. That's why families and businesses have relied on Jahmyr Insurance and auto owners for peace of mind. Jahmyr Insurance Group, local roots, national reach, and always your friend in the insurance business.
I'm Sarah Stockford, host of 100.9 The Mitt Success Suite, a podcast highlighting the most inspiring female leaders across the Great Lakes Bay region. This month, we spoke with Sharon Mortensen, President and CEO of the Midland Area Community Foundation.
Well, a couple things I'll mention. One I'm really proud of is the work we've done on post-secondary education, because when we think about what really transforms an individual's life, it's education. Mm-hmm. That makes such a difference in the ability to be able to have a livable wage, to be able to contribute to your community, to be able to give back. So the work that we've done in the post-secondary space, because we give out a lot of scholarships, but when I got there, I went, it seems like we're just a processor of scholarships. I want to be a promoter of education.
Yeah. Listen to the full episode on YouTube at 100.9 The Mitt. Subscribe and hit the notification button to be alerted when new episodes drop. That's Success Suite with Sarah Stockford.
Detours driving you bonkers? Ideal Party Store's got your back with the DD, Detour Discount. While the Lafayette Bridge is closed, enjoy 10% off select craft beer 6-packs and 10% off 4 bottles of select wine, 750 milliliters or more, with 2 great locations, 908 North Johnson on the east side and 401 Salzburg on the west side. Ideal Party Store makes every detour worth it. Serving Bay City since 1934, we're here to make you the life of the party.
Hey, Timmy Turkey! Oh, how I have loved growing old with you. Of course I remember Disneyland. Who knew they'd let a turkey in? But we have to have a real conversation right now. There's going to be some adjustments to our relationship. In a way, you could say we'll be closer than ever. This nothing, just ignore it. Look over there!
Happy Thanksgiving from the Mitt. We're in your town, your school, your huddle. 100.9 The Mitt is here for sports fans in the Great Lakes Bay region. From the hardwoods of Saginaw to Midland's Friday Night Lights. From the streets of Bay City to Freeland, Frankenmuth, and Hemlock. We roll through Beaverton, Auburn, Pinconning, Essexville, and Shepherd. All the way to Gladwin, Birch Run, Coleman, and Bridgeport. This is your sports station. High school, college, NFL, the Looms. It's all right here. 100.9 The Mitt, Mid-Michigan sports leader.
They tell us we're more connected these days. We have cell phones, email, text messaging, yet we've never felt more disconnected from the people we care about the most. We need a place that's all about bringing us together. Say hello to the Great Lakes Bay region, where towns like Saginaw, Midland, Bay City, Birch Run, Chesaning, and Frankenmuth help us leave behind the overscheduled world we live in and visit a place we haven't seen in a while. One where the people make us feel right at home. And we remember just how bright our kids' eyes get, peeking through a riverboat railing, just to catch a glimpse of the wildlife. So let's go fishing, bird watching. Let's blow the suds off a local tap, take a tall ship dinner cruise at sunset, or stop by a festival just because the name made us smile. Right here in the Great Lakes Bay region, where reconnecting with what really matters is pure Michigan. Your trip begins at michigan.org.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mitt.
989-837-6125. Welcome back in. This game on Thursday. This is where I'm at, Kyle. We've talked about it for 2 hours. I am mentally moving on right now. This is the moment. Whoop. That game's now in the past. We are on to the Packers. They won, okay? It wasn't pretty. It wasn't sexy. But they won nonetheless and are 7-4 now. On to the Packers we go. Fair? Or do you have any other thoughts on the Lions-Giants game?
No, I'm with you. I think that this is kind of the outlook you have to take. You can have your red flags, you can have your concerns, but all of those go out the window if you beat Green Bay. And if you lose to Green Bay, then all of those stay.
Season's over.
Yeah, exactly. Like that, then everything comes piling in, and it's just like it's a hurricane of just negative thoughts of things going on with the Lions. So
I'll say this, man.
A lot rides on that game Thursday, man.
Peek behind the curtain. We're going to be off on Thursday and Friday this week. If they lose on Thursday, I don't think we would want to do a show anyway. I mean, we would.
Be depressing.
But at the same time, I think I would be so angry. I need a couple extra days if they lose that game to kind of collect my thoughts for next Monday's show.
And it's really the issue because, I hate to be that guy. And even yesterday when the Lions were losing, I wasn't in the mood where I was, going to be really, really upset if they lost. I try not to let it affect my emotions.
Oh, it would have.
They lose that game on Thursday, though.
Oh, Thanksgiving's
ruined. It
ruined.
ruins Thanksgiving, man. And and that just stinks because it shouldn't be that way. You got MSU versus UNC hoops on right after. I would love to have an affection towards that game, but I won't if the Lions lose. It truly is going to ruin Thanksgiving. And so,
when was the last time Thanksgiving actually did get ruined?
I mean, when they lost to Green Bay 2 years ago, that really stunk. It didn't ruin Thanksgiving, but man, that was
I think
they should not have lost that game.
I think the Buffalo game was worse. They had that 1-1.
And it would have been a huge upset.
The Green Bay one was an upset. It was we can bounce back from this. They're going to be fine. You still knew the season was bright. You hate losing to the Packers, but you had already gotten them that year. The Buffalo one was oh my God, we're actually we're going to do it.
And they were on that crazy win streak, and it was they're going to pull this thing off. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that one hurt really bad, but I don't know if it ruined Thanksgiving.
I had to go on a walk. I didn't have to go on a walk for the Green Bay loss. But if they lose this year against Green Bay, cancel Thanksgiving. It's over. I'm going to be very
Cancel
angry.
Black Friday, too.
Yeah.
We got Michigan, Ohio State this weekend.
Cancel that.
We got CMU Toledo. Is really a lot on the line for that game for the MAC championship.
Can't believe you just roped that into that.
It's just a lot going on, man.
And if the Lions lose, cancel it all. No Black Friday shopping. No
Christmas.
Christmas is done too.
I'm not getting anybody anything for Christmas.
I don't think it's an overreaction to say if they lose that game, their season's done. I would imagine their playoff odds, depending on what happens tonight with San Fran, and I guess depending on what happens when the slate is finally done next week on Monday night. Because there's a chance they have plus odds to make the postseason.
That takes you out of winning the division, most likely.
100%.
Right now they're minus 320 to make it, which are pretty good odds, obviously. But if you lose that game, then Green Bay takes a pretty substantial lead in the division, and you also still have Chicago, who currently is the division leader.
And they play the Eagles on Friday. Great game.
Right. And it's you have the opportunity to make up for it by beating the Rams. That's a game where if you beat the Rams, you feel pretty good. The Lions have a chance to beat one of the best teams in the NFL. The issue is you lose to Green Bay. What makes you think that you can beat the Rams?
Yeah, nothing.
Exactly.
That's why I am putting the season on the line. If you believe in this Lions team, they have to. They have to win this game on Thursday. This is the second must-win game of the season. The first one was week 2. There was no way you could let Ben Johnson come into your place and start the season 0-2 with a loss to the Bears. And now looking at what the Bears have kind of done since then, I think we were right to call it a must-win game. Because if they were 9-2, wait, what are they 8-2 right now? Yeah, they're 8-2.
The Bears 8-3.
8-3. If they were 9-2 instead, that division might already be done with a loss to Chicago as well.
You get to play them again. They have to play Green Bay twice.
If we lost to the Bears, we would be 6-5 right now. They would be 9-2. It would be done. We wouldn't be winning the division.
Yeah, we would.
Oh,
yeah, I got you there. Got you there.
No, I think that was a must-win, but I don't think we've had a must-win game up until this. And we told ourselves on that Sunday, 4:25, Lions lose to Green Bay and got shellacked. We told ourselves that night, Thanksgiving is a must-win game. They have to win on Thanksgiving. And I've been saying since week 1,
since then, yeah,
they are going to shellac them on Thanksgiving. I am ready to say the ass beating is coming for the Packers.
Do you still feel that same way? Because you've said that the last couple weeks. But obviously with the way the team's playing right now. Now, Green Bay's not playing great or anything either. They did have a good, they played an overall good game yesterday. Against 9.
Less than 100 passing yards for the kid.
Look, I mean, as much as we make jokes about the guy, it wasn't 9 against us. That was McCarthy.
Yeah.
That was a good quarterback that played against the Lions and beat him. And then 9 got created, and it's been all downhill for Minnesota. But Green Bay got to face him yesterday. They haven't looked great by any means, but I think you still feel a lot better about – I mean, we've tossed away that game for so long. We've thrown away week 1. We said week 1 didn't count. That version of the Lions week 1 has started to peek back through the mirror a little bit these last couple weeks, They've been revealing themselves to be that team a little bit more. I'm not saying they are that team, but it's coming back out. And so now that you have to play Green Bay, we know the Lions are not a team that needs extra motivation, but they're for sure going to use it. And Goff didn't shy away from that either. That's what I love that Goff doesn't. When they played the Washington, he was like, of course there's extra motivation. I played terrible against them in the playoffs last year. Of course I want to have extra motivation to beat them. They're going to feel, all of them are going to feel that same way against Green Bay this week.
Shame on us for not bringing this up, that the fact that the Lions have had, I think it was now 13 straight wins after a loss.
Good point. Didn't cover this time, but at least they won.
Dating back to 2022. Schefter said it was the 3rd longest streak in NFL history, right before tip-off at 1 o'clock.
For teams that haven't lost 2 in a row?
For teams that haven't
off of a loss or whatever?
Yeah. 13 straight wins, I believe the number was, off of a loss. So chasing NFL history there. You know what else they don't do?
Me.
They don't get swept by division opponents. That hasn't happened since Dan Campbell's first season here, and that was to the Bears. He's never been swept by the Packers. He's never been swept by the Vikings, because even in their 3-win season, those were 2 of the 3 wins. I don't think they're losing to Green Bay. Forget the spreads, forget the numbers, forget the metrics. I don't think this team's capable of losing to a division opponent twice in the same year.
Has that line dropped already?
I don't know, but if
you
it
can't
has,
know it,
I don't
right?
want to see it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Boring.
You can tell the people. Here, you got it pulled up?
I'm checking it right now.
Tell me when. I'm going to go walk away.
Ready?
Yep. 1 second.
Yep. No, you're good. Make sure you go la, la, la. Lions-Packers to open up Thanksgiving. Lions 3-point favorites. We discussed this a little bit. You can come back now, Ben.
Thanks.
We discussed this
I keep it a secret for a game that I play with a friend.
Well, yeah, that's what I figured. We had discussed this last week. Would the Lions be favorites depending on what happens against Green Bay and Minnesota? So it's going to be interesting once you find out.
All right. 989-837-6125. Must-win game on Thursday for the Detroit Lions. Let's do a couple Mitt messages here. Got one from Joe. Says, Kyle, there are a lot of Paper Tiger Monday morning quarterbacks out there. I'm not sure what that's in reference to. Not sure. Rob texting back in and says, hey, could you guys do top 5 sports rivalries today or tomorrow? Because my roommate doesn't think Michigan versus Ohio State is on that list.
Ooh. Is your roommate a psycho? Of course that's on the list. Michigan, Ohio State?
That's the rivalry.
Want to do that tomorrow?
We can do that tomorrow.
I mean,
but if we're going to do top 5 sports rivalries, is it only team versus team, or can we open it up to
individuals
and or other things? Like Bears fans versus Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, that's good. No, that's good. I think, it's sports rivalries. Yeah, it can be anything.
Either way, Michigan, Ohio State's 1,000,000% on that list.
Why would it not be? It's the for sure biggest college rivalry. Bama, Georgia's not bigger.
Dude,
Bama, Auburn's not bigger.
Did you see some of the promos that Fox was running during the Lions game yesterday for the Michigan Ohio State game?
I did not.
Oh my God! Juice is flowing, hairs raising, goosebumps being created.
Really?
They get the whole. They basically tee it up as like Ohio State's this world beater. They don't lose to anybody, and you get a Colin Cowherd clip, and it's like except Michigan, and then their whole motto is restart the clock, and it's Michigan the 2,000 days or 3,000 days number that keeps popping up. Such a good promo by Fox.
That's awesome
for that game on
with Colin
Saturday
in it too. That's cool.
Yeah, it's really good stuff. But that list is 1,000% has to feature Michigan versus Ohio State. We didn't even get to any college stuff today. We'll get to a ton of college stuff tomorrow, including the game tomorrow during the show. We still got the news to get to, still got our 2 traditions to close out every show to get to. This is the Ben Bosscher Show live right here on 100.9 The Mitt. At Air Insurance, they understand not everyone's insurance needs are the same. They want to work personally with you to create something best suited for your needs. Whether that's life or home, auto, fiscal insurance, it's all available with Farm Bureau Air. The team's got over 100 years combined experience. They know exactly how to put you in the best position possible. The experience matters, and that's why Aired Farm Bureau Insurance is the way to go.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mitt.
I'm Sarah Stockford, host of 100.9 The Mitt Success Suite, a podcast highlighting the most inspiring female leaders across the Great Lakes Bay region. This month, we spoke with Sharon Mortensen, President and CEO of the Midland Area Community Foundation.
It's a group of people that come together to learn about and to provide input on things happening in our community. So our next upcoming time that we're together, we're talking about law enforcement. We're going to have our prosecutor and our sheriff and our police chief talking about what they're doing and then getting input from the group. So that's a wonderful way for people to come and learn and share their ideas. We've also partnered with the Midland Business Alliance on the My Pros Community Crowd Fund, which started, goodness now, I think it's been probably 4 years.
Listen to the full episode on YouTube at 100.9 The Mitt. Subscribe and hit the notification button to be alerted when new episodes drop. That's Success Suite with Sarah Stockford.
It is the Scholar Athlete of the Month, proudly presented by Fisher Companies here on Sports Radio 100.9, The Mitt. This month's recipient is Braden Schwartzkampf from Calvary Baptist Academy. With a 3.7 GPA, Braden is a 2-sport athlete playing basketball and soccer. He owns a lawn business. He's in the choir, mock election, and wants to be a teacher for his career. Braden gained experience with Teachers for Tomorrow.
I started to teach math and tutor kids in that class who were struggling. And then for grammar, I just went around doing spell checks, and I think I taught the class 4 or 5 times. I really enjoyed being able to help the kids out and just impact their life in a way. It was a really cool experience.
Next fall, Braden will continue his academic and athletic career studying and playing basketball at Spring Harbor College. To hear the full interview and nominate a local athlete for our scholarship program, visit 1009themitt.com.
Hey, sports fans, heading up north? Whether you're gearing up for the big game, hosting friends, or winding down after a long day, Hops and Schnapps is your ultimate beverage destination. With one of the largest selections of beer, wine, and spirits in Michigan, featuring over 1,000 options from around the globe, we're your beverage experts. Plus, our friendly team is here to help you find the perfect pick. Visit us in Standish, Grayling, and Gaylord today. Hops and Schnapps, raise your glass, raise your spirits.
When you want NFL football on the radio.
It is another defensive touchdown. Wow, he got hammered, dude.
You know where to turn.
Let's go. Come on.
This week is no different.
Somebody go make a play. We can never lose our competitiveness.
Thursday night football is here.
Thanksgiving Day features 3 NFL games, including Lions and Packers from Ford Field. Coverage at 1 on Thanksgiving, presented by Ace Hardware, downtown Midland.
Right here on Sports Radio 100.9, The Mitt. You know, in past years, I've had a contentious relationship with Timmy the Turkey. I killed Timmy the Turkey, the original. Then I killed Timmy the Turkey Jr. So understandably, Triple T, Timmy Turkey III, is a little bit paranoid that I'm going to stab him. But I promise, Timmy, don't be fooled. Cross my heart and hope to die.
He's a liar!
I will not stab you this year. Oh, that? Nothing. It's nothing. Happy Thanksgiving from the Mitt. From the hometown heroes to the college legends to the pros on Sunday, 100.9 The Mitt is your home for wall-to-wall play-by-play coverage. High school football, basketball, and hockey.
Region champions for the first time in school history.
Michigan State football and basketball.
Touchdown, MSU!
The NFL, Thursday, Sunday, and Monday night primetime games. And don't think we forgot about your hometown team. The Great Lakes Loons.
That ball's over and out of here.
100.9 The Mitt.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes. That'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Of Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Michigan, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mitt.
All right, 989-837-6125. This is the Ben Bosscher Show live here on 100.9 The Mitt. Kyle, hit us with the news.
The Mitt's Morning Catch.
Yep. More news. We're in store for some more news. How did we not talk about this earlier, Ben? The Pistons. Oh, the Pistons. Yep, that's the news. The Pistons won again on Saturday. They finally broke that just horrendous losing streak that they had against the Milwaukee Bucks. It was 13
I was
straight.
like, losing streak, Pistons? What are you talking about?
Right. They had lost 13 straight. They had lost 28 of 29 to the Bucks, and that's all done for because they picked up a nice win on Saturday. 12th in a row. They are back in action tonight against the Indiana Pacers on the road.
The two-win Pacers.
The two-win Pacers.
And then they get to play. So their schedule this week, I said this earlier. I said this last week. I don't know if they're going to lose 3 games the rest of the calendar season because of how insanely favorable this month has played out. Not only November, but like the rest of November and December. Crazy easy schedule. They play the Bucks 3 times without Giannis. They already beat him once, and they shellacked them. They got him good. By the way, side note, let's go down this avenue real quick. Dennis Jenkins.
What about him?
This is real, isn't it? I think this is real compared to it just being like, like somewhat of a Lynn Sanity run. This seems very real.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh.
I think we're about to find out how real it is since Jaden Ivey returned.
Yeah, bury the lead there.
Yeah.
Jaden Ivey back, scores 10 points, returning. They destroy the Bucks, like I said. I think this is kind of going to be, like, crazy to say after one game back, this is the only sample size. I think this is more realistically what it's going to look like for Jaden Ivey. I would not be shocked if he never really gets his spot back. Duncan Robinson's playing so good in the starting lineup that I don't really want to disrupt that.
Right.
And if Jaden Ivey's just going to come in off the bench, him and Dennis Jenkins are almost like splitting minutes in a way. I think Jaden Ivey's just like a guy who's going to score between 10 to 15 points. Really, it's between like 7 and 15 points, and that's kind of where he's at.
Yeah, I mean, they'll ease him back in. I think that's what he's going to be right now.
But do you have any hope for him or expectation for him to be like one of the 3 most important pieces, or hell, one of the 5 best players on the team this year?
Yeah, I think so.
So where's the cutoff? Because I don't think he's going to be better than Cade, obviously.
He'll be back in the
I don't think he's going to be better than Duran. You think so? Duncan, what has Duncan
They
done?
kind of need Duncan to be in the starting lineup.
That's
too,
what I'm saying.
For shooting.
He's not better than Stu.
Maybe he is just the 6th man then.
Sure. But where does Dennis play? I think the Dennis thing is fair.
Dennis will still play. I mean, he started with Cade a couple nights ago, so it's like he's still going to play for sure. It's nice that everyone's getting back healthy, though. Tobias returned as well, so like I said, Pistons are back in action tonight against the Pacers, 2-win Pacers. They're actually the only team, it is in Indiana, but they're the only team in the NBA that hasn't won a road game.
The Pacers?
Yeah. That's crazy. Month into the season, haven't won a road game yet.
So the Pistons schedule this week, they got the Pacers. They've got the Celtics on Wednesday, which is a in-season tournament game.
Big game. Celtics have been playing fine.
5 o'clock game? Why?
Just because it's Blackout Wednesday, duh.
That's frustrating.
I'm kidding. I have no idea.
I wish I didn't play that Wednesday. And then Friday.
I think every team in the league plays on Wednesday, though.
Oh,
because
do they?
no one plays on Thanksgiving.
That's frustrating. I don't love that.
Actually, not every team plays, but a lot of them do.
And then they play again on Friday, their last in-season tournament game. So if they win on Wednesday and Friday, they're going dancing.
For sure, and those are huge games, especially that game on Friday against the Magic, who the Magic have been playing pretty good lately. They're starting to pick up their stride a bit. Couple big games this week for the Pistons.
And then the back-to-back with travel against Miami Saturday. That's kind of the one where it's like,
that could be a punt game, especially with the Cup games being more important. So.
They keep winning their punt games. That's the thing.
Other team in Detroit, the Detroit Red Wings picked up a big win on Saturday as well. OT win against the Blue Jackets 4-3. They are also back tonight on the road against the New Jersey Devils. That's also at 7.
type.
Yeah, right. Yes, exactly. Okay, college football news. We discussed that Michigan, Ohio State, it's this Saturday. We're pumped up. What we're not pumped up about is that somehow Michigan State football found a way to lose again. They lost to Iowa after being up nearly the entire game. It was 17-7 in the fourth quarter. They had the football up 3 and somehow lost in regulation. Just terrible stuff.
Is it anything but expected at this point, though? I see they get the game-winning field goal. They're one of now 2 teams left in the Big Ten without a win. Them and Purdue, right?
I think so.
Only teams left. There's just no excuse to keep Jonathan Smith anymore. He's obviously going to be there until the end of the season. They should part ways with him the second the season's done. And it's pretty disgusting if they do end up keeping him. Pretty disgusting.
Oh man, John Smith. It's just rough, man.
Hey, you called this from the jump.
I did.
From the jump.
I did, yeah. Just the schedule was never going to work out in their favor the way things started off. Maryland's their last hope this weekend. With the way that Michigan played against them, maybe MSU can get a win, but at this point, you kind of want them to go winless, right? Just to give them every reason to get rid of him.
I saw there was a report that there was such a danger of like selling basically 0 tickets to this game that they're giving away a free ticket with your ticket purchased.
To the Ford Field game?
Yes.
I was thinking about that.
They're begging
actually.
people
like,
to go to this.
Who's going to this? I was
Nobody.
actually thinking about that.
Nobody.
It's 2 irrelevant teams playing the last game of the season, not at a home stadium for either side, and like it's on Black Friday. People just want to be with their families still, you know? Just an odd, really an odd day that's gonna, or it's not on Black Friday. It's on the week. It's the day after Black Friday, but still.
Still, holiday kind of holiday weekend.
More college football news. Ole Miss athletic director Keith Carter announces that Lane Kiffin's future is expected to come on Saturday following their game against Mississippi State. That's him and Lane Kiffin have discussed it apparently, and an announcement on his future, whether it's here, whether it's in LSU, wherever, will come right after their game against Mississippi State. I got that game circled on my calendar, Ben, because clearly there's a lack of focus on that football game. If we're already talking about there's an announcement being made after it.
That's on Friday?
It's on Saturday.
Oh, it's on Saturday.
So and they're
What do you think he should do?
I don't know what I think he should do or what I think he's going to do. I'm so clueless on what's going to happen.
This is like the biggest version of The Decision in college coaching that I can ever remember. I don't they should televise this. They should just pull a LeBron and I don't know. This is a wild thing. Is he going to announce this at his press conference? Is there just going to be an article that drops?
Right.
What's going on here? I think Lane Kiffin, it's so hard to rationalize, hey, what's the difference between a $50 million contract and a $57 million contract? That's just so over my head. I'm sure that $7 million makes a difference down the line, but money's money. They're going to build statues of this guy at Ole Miss if he stays and actually gets it done. He could stay and get it done at LSU, and he's just another guy. I would be staying. I would be trying to do it at a place that it was once deemed impossible.
And what if he makes the announcement? What if they win the game and he makes the announcement he's going to leave? You know,
they're
in the playoff.
Yeah, you can't stay the rest of the year.
You know, that's what I'm saying. And it's so to me though, this is this has got to be the biggest must-win game ever for Ole Miss. Because you're playing against your arch rival in Mississippi State, and this determines how the people of Ole Miss will view you. You know, you lose that game and then leave. You know, on the road.
That's actually what I'm hoping happens.
The people of Ole Miss will hate him. He wins and stays, they'll love him.
You don't think there's any real chance he takes the Florida job, right?
I don't think so, but I really don't know. I can't really get a grasp on that whole situation.
I think the Florida job is so overrated. We've been saying the Florida job's great for a decade.
Do we think that the outcome of the game affects this announcement?
No.
If LSU wants him, they're going to hire him win or loss in this game? Yeah.
LSU, I'm sure they already have a contract for
I know
him.
Mississippi State isn't that good. This still should be a good game. Ole Miss is only 7-point favorites on the road. This is a tight, obviously a huge rivalry in the state of Mississippi. This is going to be good. So, yeah.
What time is that one at?
Noon. All these games are at noon, which is tough. Last thing on the news, and then we will send it away. Florida State, we're talking about coaches. They have actually announced that Mike Norvell will be back next year. They are not going to fire him. There was a lot of discussion about that after how their season really kind of crumbled in the middle of it after an awesome start. But they said he's going to be back. So that's big.
That's incredible.
Hey, and the NCAA has actually voted to rescind their rule change to allow their athletes to bet on pro sports.
Oh.
That's just gone completely back and forth. They were going to do it, and then they were like, actually, let's wait maybe to see, and now they are just totally out on it now.
There's just no idea what they're doing, ever. All right, 989-837-6125. We'll get our two traditions in when we come back. This is the Ben Bosscher Show, live right here on 100.9 The Minute. Tell you what, after the show, headed to the Greater Midland Community Center, your hub for health, wellness, and fun right here in the heart of Midland. From fitness classes, an open gym, swimming, youth sports, family activities, there's something for everybody. Affordable memberships, expert staff, and a welcoming space for all ages and abilities. If you're hosting an event, ask about their rental spaces and full-service event support. Stay active, stay connected, learn more, all under one roof at greatermidland.org.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Myth.
It is the Scholar Athlete of the Month, proudly presented by Fisher Companies here on Sports Radio 100.9 The Mitt. This month's recipient is Braden Schwartzkampf from Calvary Baptist Academy. With a 3.7 GPA, Braden is a two-sport athlete playing basketball and soccer. He owns a lawn business. He's in the choir, mock election, and wants to be a teacher for his career. Braden gained experience with Teachers for Tomorrow.
I started to teach math and tutor kids in that class who were struggling. And then for grammar, I just went around doing spell checks, and I think I taught the class 4 or 5 times. I really enjoyed being able to help the kids out and just impact their life in a way. It was a really cool experience.
Next fall, Braden will continue his academic and athletic career studying and playing basketball at Spring Harbor College. To hear the full interview and nominate a local athlete for our scholarship program, visit 1009themitt.com.
Suit up, Sea Captain. At Dive and Glide in Midland, we've got all the gear you need to make a splash. Flippers that fit like a glove, masks that show you the underwater magic, and tanks ready to fuel your next adventure. Whether you're snorkeling the local lakes or dreaming of ocean depths, Dive and Glide has your back and your fins. Find us on Cambridge Street or swim over to diveandglideinc.com. Dive and Glide, making waves one splash at a time so you can dive deeper than ever before.
Is your business protected, connected, and running at full speed? At Ironstack Technology, they provide rock-solid IT solutions, cybersecurity, and support tailored for small and mid-sized businesses. From managed services to cloud migration and 24/7 monitoring, they've got your back so you can focus on what matters most, growing your business. Visit IronstackTechnology.com today and build your IT on a foundation of strength. Ironstack Technology, IT that works as hard as you do.
He got it! That's 3 of them! The Great Lakes Bay Region's home for Spartans basketball.
MSU is 5-0 heading to the Fort Myers Classic. Tuesday afternoon ball against East Carolina out of the American Conference. Coverage Tuesday at 1 p.m. presented by Weiss Equipment.
Every MSU game all season long.
It's so fun to hear people chanting.
Right here on Sports Radio 100.9.
The Mitt.
The Mitt. You want sports takes? You want local voices that own the mic?
Yeah.
We've got them on Sports Radio 100.9 The Mitt. It kicks off at 6 a.m. with Anthony Bellino on Spin on Sports.
Rise and shine.
From 9 to noon, don't miss Michigan's newest sports show, The Ben Bosscher Show.
Hey, remember that.
At noon, you get America's smartest sports takes, The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
I want Shador to play.
And at 3, the one and only Bill Simonson and The Huge Show. This is where real fans stay locked in. 100.9 The Mitt. It's that time of the year again. Timmy the Turkey. I missed you too, buddy. Timmy the Turkey is my best friend, at least for a week up until the end, when I put him inside the oven, and then I'm gonna eat him up all over again.
Well, what are we gonna do now?
Second verse. Timmy the Turkey was my best friend, but that's over. Happy Thanksgiving from the Mitt. From Midland to Bay City, Saginaw to Sanford, From Frankenmuth, Freeland, and Hemlock to Auburn, Essexville, and Pinconning, 100.9 The Mitt is the heartbeat of the Great Lakes Bay region, and proud of it. We're your home for local sports, local stories, and local pride. Whether you're in Birch Run, Beaverton, Gladwin, Chesaning, or Coleman, football, basketball, hockey, Spartans, NFL, Loons, all right here. 100.9 The Mitt, Mid-Michigan's sports leader.
Bel Air Brown, Dragon's Milk, Mad Hatter, Purple Gang, and Huma Loopalicious. These are names that let the imagination run wild and let the taste buds take a stroll. Welcome to the craft beer craze in Michigan. Bolstered by the Great Lakes and nurtured by the glacier-rich soil, here awaits a brewer's paradise. With fresh hops growing tall in the old Mission Peninsula and fresh barley fields sweeping the mitten, Michigan ranks 5th in the nation in the number of breweries, microbreweries, and brew pubs. From Good Harbor Golden to Whitefish Bay Wheat, from Motown Lager all the way to Park Bench Porter, Michigan is serving up a frosty glass of perfection. Whether you want to take in a game with a Two-Hearted Ale or just sit on a front porch sipping a Steelhead Red, let's tap into life at its fullest and treat ourselves to a taste that's pure Michigan. Your trip begins at Michigan.org.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mitt.
All right, welcome back in. Thanks, everyone, for hanging in there today. Appreciate everyone who's been listening today, been watching on our YouTube. We are live on YouTube every day. If you're one of our listeners in the Great Lakes Bay region, go ahead and subscribe there if you enjoy the show. We'd appreciate it here at 100.9 The Mitt. With that being said, we have two traditions to close out every single show. The first of those is our Lock of the Day.
Lock of the Day.
You better lock it up. No, you lock it up. Lock it up. Lock it up. Lock it up.
So we got to decide something about Friday.
Yeah, I know.
Friday did not hit, but we bet on Aaron Gordon prop, and in the first quarter, halfway through the first quarter, not even, he leaves the game with a hamstring injury. You're the judge.
Yeah, I'm the sports book here.
You are the book.
Right.
You're up a lot. You're up a good amount of units.
I'm up a ton.
I feel as if that bet should be nullified.
Okay. Here's my argument. Obviously, if this bet was being placed on generic sportsbook, you would just lose, right?
Depends which generic sportsbook.
Most of them are that way, right?
Not all.
Oh, okay. Well, the one that I use isn't, so maybe
the,
I need to
the one you
maybe
and
I need to switch.
The one you and I use, yes.
It's dumb.
Very bad.
What I will say, though, is we are not run like a traditional sports book. This is the Chauncey Billups Sportsbook, so
yes. Shout out to Aspirations.
I think that's fair. I mean, Aaron Gordon, it'd be different if he got hurt, I think, like in the fourth quarter or something.
I think it'd be different if he played the whole first quarter and then got hurt in the second.
Right. He got hurt immediately.
Yes.
Like right at the start of the game. So you'd bet on him. I will allow the cancellation. It's not really even a push because a push would accentuate a tie. I'm just going to say the bet is wiped.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sportsbook.
Yes.
Mr. Billups Incorporation.
Welcome. You owe me big time now, by the way.
Big time. How about I get you back with a win here?
Okay, that works. Let me give the people an update, though, really quick. So with that, you did win the week last week then. You were going to win it anyways. You're up 2.3 units last week. And in the month of November, you are up 0.03 units.
So
just
good.
Slightly. You
So
did win
good.
the week last week as well. So 11 and 14 weeks-wise record. Wow, 25 weeks of the show?
It's crazy.
25 weeks is a ton. We're coming up on 6 months.
I know.
December 1st will be 6 months of the show.
And with this week, we're going to be off on Thursday and Friday, so it is critical for me to get off to a hot start.
Yes.
Here on Monday, Tuesday,
Only
and
3
then
picks.
How does the calendar turn out? This is the last picks. These are the last 3 days of November.
Oh yeah, next Monday is December 1st.
Yeah.
Wow, these are big. This is big.
Did I go positive in October?
No.
Oh.
No.
Okay. All right. I'm going Pistons spread. When in doubt, bet on the best team in the NBA. Not really, but like best team in the East. I think the Pistons absolutely whip this this Pacers team into existence. They've done a great job of covering these big spreads. They're actually getting respected in these big ways, and I just think this Pacers team is so far behind the 8 ball in terms of where an NBA team is supposed to be at this point in the season. Go up against a 1 seed. Of course, you see a 10-point spread. I think the Pistons keep their foot on the pedal, embrace every single game as their next biggest game. They don't take games off. I've got the Pistons to cover by 10 here. Usually suspicious to jump on the team spread train while they're on the win streak, while they're in the win streak. But again, I think they're in the middle of a win streak or a stretch where they go like 28-2. Not just like, hey, they're hot right now. So I'm fine continuing to take the Pistons spread, especially when it's against what is second worst team in the league?
Probably third worst.
Third worst?
I'd say the Nets are worse. But
that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Exactly.
The Pacers will bounce back
Pelicans
when Halliburton comes back next year, but they're pretty awful this year.
I just want to double check to make sure there's been any injuries ruled out for this game. No, Ivy's a game time decision, so you assume he'll be back. I think I'm actually going to fade this today.
Okay.
Not saying the Pistons are going to lose, but with the 2 big games this week, coming out that one against Milwaukee, you're playing a bad Indiana team on the road. Just feels like a game that maybe you win by like 4. So
they don't take games off, today. Kyle.
I'm not saying they're going to.
They don't take games off.
I just think this feels like a fade today.
Okay. That is our lock of the day.
Lock of the day.
You better lock it up. No, you lock it up. You lock it up. Lock it up. Lock it up.
First Class Epoxy now in Midland turns concrete into smooth, shiny, durable floors, perfect for garages, workshops, basements, anywhere you want your floor to look great and last. Their epoxy's tough enough for heavy traffic, wild dance moves, like after the Lions score a touchdown, you can do your little celly. You practice in the mirror all week long. Professional prep, flawless finish, done on time and built to last. Say goodbye to stains, cracks, and dull gray floors, and say hello to slick showroom shine. Call First Class Epoxy now or visit firstclassepoxynow.com. That is First Class Epoxy now, where your floors get the VIP treatment they didn't even know they needed. It is a Monday, which means a whole lot of stuff to choose from when it comes to our second tradition to close out every show, which is guessing what Colin Cowherd's going to open with. He takes over our airwaves at noon here on 100.9 The Mitt. A lot of options here on a Monday.
Yeah, so many options. I actually, just like last Monday, despised this. Scores 32-27. Ben is on the lead. I did pick up a win on Friday, though, and it also is my turn to go first.
Chance for 2 straight, trying to close the gap. It feels like every time you get it within 2, I win 3 in a row.
You just go on a run, exactly, yeah. So I need to try to get a stretch here before the short weekends, and I'm actually here now to do these picks instead of John making bad picks for me. So.
But we didn't count any of those scores when John filled in
last
week.
Yeah, but we all know he didn't get any right anyways. You know?
I don't think I did either.
Sorry, John, I'm just joking. Okay, so
no,
I wrote down, I feel like I can't give you all these options. I think there's 3 options today, though, so whatever. I'll do it anyways. There's 3 picks today. Stafford MVP, Cowboys beating the Eagles, or Shedeur Sanders picking up a dub. Obviously, Shedeur is Colin's boy. But, leading with Shedeur after all the stuff that happened in the NFL yesterday actually seems psychotic.
It's not the offseason anymore.
It's not the offseason anymore. And he still seems to tendencies show he goes to Sunday Night Football more so than not. The Rams are the best team in the league, potentially, and the Super Bowl favorites. I love the Cowboys-Eagles thing. I think it's so good. I'm not even counting Chiefs in this, by the way. I don't think there's a Chiefs lead. So I will go with Stafford MVP. Rams, best team in the NFL, Stafford MVP pick, just because it was Sunday night. I'm really tough between that and the Cowboys stuff, but I will go with Stafford.
Yeah, that's where I would go right now. I agree it would be criminal at this point in the season to talk about Shedeur Sanders and a team that's dead in the water.
But to be fair, if there ever was a time to talk about Shedeur Sanders, it's now. It's actually valid to talk about him now because he played and started.
Let's make a rule. If you're going to bring up, here's the 3 things he could lead with, and Caleb Williams isn't in it, you lose a point.
Oh, you're right. You lose a point. You're right. I forgot about Caleb Williams.
They win again.
They won again against the Steelers, too. He doesn't like the Steelers. And he's in Chicago. Oh.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to go with. Even though the Dallas, no. I'm going to stick with Dallas.
Okay.
Dallas, Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones might actually
be cooking.
He might actually be cooking because the Dallas defense did an incredible job in the second half. It feels like Saquon Barkley couldn't get anything going. Their run defense, just as Jerry Jones insisted, it had to be good preseason. That's why he traded away Micah Parsons. Well, look at that.
That was his
bottled
lead
up Saquon,
last
and it was
Monday,
incredible.
too. After they won against the Raiders, he was basically just like, I like the Cowboys where they're going. He's like, I really like this team. They have 2 firsts. They have money this offseason. They have Pickens. So I could see that as well.
And they win this game on Thanksgiving, and they are truly back in the mix.
It's going to be Shadur. What are we doing?
Or Caleb.
It's just, what are we doing? We are not seasoned vets at this.
Yeah, it's only been 6 months.
Right.
At some point, we got to get the accuracy up a little bit. But I think one of us should get a point today.
Hopefully.
All right. Appreciate everyone for tuning in today. Victory Monday may not feel like a Victory Monday as much as it normally
you didn't
does.
rock your Victory Monday fit, dude. What are we doing?
No. That's our prime time victory fit. The black Peninsula jersey.
Even though they wore the black jerseys yesterday.
Yeah. Do you see they're wearing the all whites the week after Thanksgiving, a week from Thursday, to screw with Dallas? Because Dallas wears
they
whites.
have to wear those navy
Yes.
jerseys at home.
Dallas wears whites on the road and at home.
They wear whites out all the time, yeah.
And the Lions said, you know what? We're actually going to wear all white at home just to screw with Dallas because they hate the Dallas Cowboys in every way, shape, and form. So do I, but I think Colin's going to lead with them. Talk to you guys tomorrow, 9 o'clock. Be there or be square. See you later.
The Ben